played their last game, not only nailing them in the best of 5 series, taking out full of full sweep. We're gonna see just how delicious today's game is gonna be, in my opinion. There win a lot.
Well, we do have a bit of the bracket up here, and I agree with you. I think it's going to be just a treat for us. But you at home here, we do have the rest of the bracket up on the screen with Mirage and Uranium doing fairly well here. And then we did see some bounces go out their way, and we saw Norns, Uranium, Mirage, Nightfall, Erna, Yoruba, Erebos, Disorder, all looking to punch their ticket into the next rounds. And that is quite a stacked lineup. If anyone knows anything about those teams, it is surely anyone's playoffs at this point, Ground Zero. Surely.
Exactly. No,
Anyone.
I totally agree. I totally agree there. Now, stats may not speak the most sometimes because this is a game of Rocket League, and in Rocket League, we know the most oddest of things can happen and have happened, and more than likely will continue to happen. The stats do show some sort of story. I'm not gonna lie, and the story might be going in favor of Disorder here, in my opinion.
Well, we look at the broken down stats, and we have a first versus second matchup today. It doesn't get much more exciting than that. The wins are 47-44. The losses 25-28. Goals for 184 to 184. The one thing that's going to really separate them here is the goals against 160 to 135. That's a big one for me. That's the only difference maker I really see here. Everything else is so tight. Is there anything you see in these stats that are gonna be a difference maker today?
I think that the demos played by Erebos might be something they can utilize, especially considering the fact that they're very heavily emphasized on it in comparison to Disorders there at 216. Something that could be used, like,
Mhm.
as a coach's perspective, demos are one of the greatest assets or skills utilized in rotation. When done correctly, they can truly create a massive hurdle for the opposition here. Might be something that Erebos themselves can use today. I'm hoping to see some kind of physical aggression, but timed well. When done wrong, it just opens up a whole new gap that gives the goal for the opposition team, that one that you're hoping to create an opportunity for, on a silver platter.
Yep, we see that so often where someone goes for a demo and they just put themselves out of position. Looking for some player stats today. The first person I want to point out with a measly 22 games played is Asterix. Hopefully, we don't see him come into the substitution realm too quickly here because he's up in the booth with us, Ground Zero, and he brings a warmth up here in the booth that I just don't want to get rid of yet. So hopefully he
No,
stays and sticks around, right? Exactly. But
exactly.
Slimy on the other side, 68 games played. He's my veteran of the match. I like taking guys who've got games under their belt, played, been the rock. That's who I like to see. But all of the stats besides that look fairly even for the amount of games played. Ground Zero.
Mm-hmm. And I've not none too much criticism. I just want to see these games happen because the true playoff, the true stats when they come into play here is in the game lobby itself. And I just want to see that reality happen today against these two teams, Erebos and Disorder. I'm expecting for Disorder here. I'm not gonna lie, Mox is a player I've actually played with before in the ERS, so this is gonna be a very interesting set of games myself. I am not in any way biased,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm also gonna be not a liar.
Good. Well, I'm not going to make you a liar. I'm going to be unbiased with you. Don't worry, I'll keep you in check, and I think it's going to be pretty great. I'm sure the games are getting ready to get underway. All the fans are in the stadium. We're seating 112,000 today. Free hot dogs if there's over 10 goals is what I've heard, but we'll see
That's a
if they
banger
come true.
deal.
I think that's a pretty good deal, but that's fine.
A
We'll
good
see what
deal.
they. That's a lot of hot dogs, I'm just saying. But we'll see what they can do. I'm sure it's going to be a good one. I'm sure the players are ready to go here. And let's see, just 1 second here. Okay. Okay, ready up. Yep, we both just said they're starting their engines, Ground Zero, and we are starting ours. I really hope today, through the predictions, quickly we could do this. I'm taking Desire. Who do you got?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go for Disorder as well. I'm gonna give it a 3-1. Some hope for Erebos here, but they still have no games under the belt in comparison to Disorder, and we're seeing some immediate aggression. And
Wow!
oh my God, what a shot, what a double tap. That is how you start a game off the right way, with some sauce, with some shots piling on straight away. What a shot on the blue net. And Shattered here with a beautiful double tap already in 5 seconds. That has to be a record. I am not going to lie, to sauce on the other team immediately. 1-0 to our boys Disorder here. Now Shattered just about a little, while they have the good aggression, they need to be focusing on the defense as well. Can't let that hype control you as they nearly get scored on. Once again, nice shot by Avelios, but good 50 by Galaxy to keep the ball around there. Go to the middle, and Slimy will now take possession, pushing it back in the middle once again. Gecko with an irritable, catches it off, and Avelios completely missing the ball. 50 boost still in his arsenal. He's just a tad bit awkward now. Galaxy with no boost at all in comparison to his teammate there. Does pass it off to Slimy, does get a demo, but Shattered also missing the ball here. Now Gecko with another shot. Can't get it past Avelios' defense. This man is currently just a rock for our boys Erebos here. Right now, Shattered with another pass off to Avelios. Avelios with the touch to his teammate Galaxy. Galaxy with the redirect all the way into the corner, and Shattered. What a shot from the man. Tries to pass it up to his teammate Mox, who is dripped out in the Honda Civic. Can I just say that the car choices are absolutely fantastic there, Winalot?
Well, they are fantastic, and they're giving us some fantastic 50s, and this one's going to go back off the crossbar, and Velos is going to have to make the save. Doesn't get the secondary. He's going to be straight down. They are up. This has got to be in. Wow. Whoa. Grab zero. What a save. That's about as close as it gets. Yeah, absolutely. Holy. The car choice there having no decision on if that was going in or not. That was all Erebos saying, nope, it's not going anywhere. And you're right, though. They do have to play some higher pressure Rocket League, I think, if they're going to find themselves back into this game, Ground Zero.
And while that 1-goal lead might seem like a mountain, it can still crumble down just as easily and just as swiftly. Now, right now, Gecko is just kind of awkward staying in his corner. Couldn't collect that corner boost there. Now struggles to collect any possession on the ball itself. Shattered trying to get on the pass down to his teammate. Gecko just misses it out due to Slimy interpreting and intercepting perfectly there. Now, Galaxy trying to pop it up to his teammate Slimy. Slimy with a pass down middle, and Gecko easily taking that. Avelios now with a 50 into the corner.
Oh.
Redirect in. Any good demo there by Avelios, but unfortunately for him, it will not affect the play overall just yet. No significant plays done by our team, Erebos, just right now, and they are struggling to push down on Slimy. I spoke too soon.
You did.
I spoke far too soon. What a pass in from Galaxy all the way to Avelios. Avelios finding his teammate off the crossbar, and Slimy pouncing it down. That woodwork in his favor.
Oh.
Top bins all the way to the middle off the opposite side. And that game is top 1-1. And this is the kind of Rocket League I love to see. Now Mox off with a 50 into Erebos' corner. Now Avelios trying to redirect it in. Oh, a touch off the other player there. And now Galaxy has a free ball. Misses it out there, but still takes the corner boost. Now Avelios once again another 50. Gecko with a pass into the corner. Not a consistent one. They need to be passing to their teammates rather than the opposition team, because that just gives a free opportunity for them. And now Mox taking that opportunity, misses it out. Didn't have much boost to fulfill that aerial. Unfortunate for him. Now Gecko with a save though. Avelios trying to maintain control, misses it out. Gecko with a bump on him. Now Shattered, the ball in his hand. What will he do? Passes it up to Gecko. Gecko trying to find a passing play between Shattered and himself.
Oh.
Can't get an effective one. Erebos saving it out, and that's a shot in from Mox all the way to the corner. Saved by Avelios though, or apologies, Slimy. And man is very slimy on the backboard as well at the same time, might I say. Now Gecko off the pass, trying to push it off, and Mock trying to find his teammate. Does get an accurate shot though. Slimy with a save, pushing off the backboard. And what will they do? Gecko missing it off once again. Avelios with a pass, trying to find his teammate. No, gets a 50 though with Shattered. Slimy with their pass in to the middle, pushes it into the corner of Disorder there, and now they are struggling, and now the game is slightly stagnated here. What do you think that the next the strategy should be for both teams, in your opinion there, Winalot?
It's tough. You kind of almost have to guess what the other team's going to do, and if you can play accordingly. But as far as pushing your own agenda here, for me, it's put pressure on the goal, don't overcommit. Let's see if they make a mistake first. I'm always the patient one, but you know what? People will say what they will about that. I think Slimy's going to be the difference in this next minute here. It looks to be a bit crazy as we move forward. There's some couple of good chances, and the game is getting caught in the midfield a little bit here. I don't know if that's going to make a difference with Gecko up, but with 50 seconds left, I can only imagine there's going to be heartbreak soon.
And that one last minute is like It's like a pressure cooker. It's
Yes.
heating up this game right now. It feels like a pressure cooker as we're seeing some sort of explosions. This is going to explode soon, and I can't wait for which result. It's either going to be in a favor or against. And right now, Mox pushing off the corner. Galaxy looking a bit awkward, passing up into the air. 30 seconds left on the timer. And Shatter trying to find that redirect off the corner. It wasn't successful at all, though. Evelios trying to find his teammate in blue. Slimy with another save. This man maintains himself as a rock for Erebos in defense right now. Mox off with another touch off the backboard. Will there be a orange pair there? Gecko with a shot. Galaxy with a save. 10 seconds left. Still on the timer. Will there be a moment for heartbreak? And not yet. Still, we might be taking this game to OT right now. They win a lot.
I guess so. This is where we're going to have to go, and now we guarantee some heartbreak. That's what I like to see. All love to all the players as they're off. They get the ball off to the right side, and Galaxy's going to get it first. Early touch. Erebos is up. It's going to be over to the right side. And the counter's on. This is a good opportunity. Oh, a good fake challenge. Isn't that what you want to see there, Ground Zero? Calm, cool, and collected under the pressure.
No, the defensive transition after that failed counterattack was absolutely impressive from Disorder there, and that's what you kind of need at this point right now to maintain that calm, cool collection of yourself, of your character. And right now, Shadow trying to find his teammate. Mox off with the pass. Trying to find another opportunity for his teammate. Can't really make one just yet as Evelios did block that attempt. Now, Galaxy with an open attempt here. Does he get it off? No, it's not accurate, unfortunately for them. But Slimy is there. This man, one to be watching out for right now. And Shattered just couldn't get the goal there. Slimy now aiming for the demos as well. He's trying to disrupt the rotation of Team Disorder there. What a 50 from Gecko! This man. That was absolutely gorgeous. What a control. What pristine control. And this man absolutely dunked two players from Erebos here. And that's one way to finish off. These people, Disorder, the Team Disorder, not only did they start this game off with a saucy touch, with saucy double tap, they ended it off saucy as well. And that's what you like to see, consistency in a team, and consistent Disorder have remained nonetheless throughout this whole game. And what a way to end the OT itself as well. 2-1. First game going to Disorder here. How was that game for you in a lot?
I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I thought, it's just the first 10 seconds of a game is so tough for teams. I don't know what it is, but it feels like there's a goal that happens in the first 10 seconds of every Rocket League game sometimes. And I think it's super important for the Erebos team to take away that first 10-second goal. They need to get into the flow of this game. Once they got into the flow, they dominated a little bit. Going into this next game, that's what I want to see from them. I think it's going to be a long series here if we see that.
No, I'm hoping to take it to Game 5. I'm not going to lie, because I'm here for more Rocket League. And if we get to Game 5, well, I have my wish fulfilled. Because we're just going to see some very cinematic moments from these two teams right now. And they're both aiming to play their absolute hearts out. Now, one was deficient, in my opinion. I didn't see much wrong there. And we're going to take ourselves into Game to see ourselves in the new lobby in Forbidden Temple, and the lads are now ready, hopping in to their assigned roles themselves. We're going to see the kickoff itself. The most important moment solidifies which way and which team will win overall as these two meet out in the middle. Shatter and Galaxy with the 50, and Evelios immediately taking possession, trying to find his teammate Galaxy once again, and Galaxy with a pinch into the middle. Slimy with a shot. Unfortunately for them, as you mentioned, the first 10 seconds have now gone, and we're seeing some very good aggression from Erebos. It seems to me that one of these lads are definitely listening in to the casting itself right now, and that's what you like to know.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah, they've definitely heeded your advice there, Win a lot. And it's good to see as Evelios now, once again, stopping another passing play in the middle. And that is something I didn't see from either team there, a maintenance of the middle itself, the middle of the field. And I spoke too soon. What a defense! What a defense! No, I spoke too soon twice. I'm getting proven wrong too many times. And Slimy with a shot, Gecko with a save though, and this is some fantastic moments. Some good offense and some good defense. A good balance of both. I'm getting my healthy meal right now. I don't know about you, Win a lot, but this is some good moments.
It is, and a little bit of curse to the commentator on you here. It's not your fault. You're saying the right things, and they're just, they must be listening, because they seem to have the timing right down on your comments, which is quite hilarious, but it will, I'm sure, is going to heat up even more here as both teams are trying to get some shots on goal. But you're right, this is much better from Erebos as they might get a goal. Oh, it's a good save. He had to readjust in the air quite quickly there as Avilios has gone up, and he's been my player of the tournament. Big demo on the back line. Another big dunk. Can they get it over? They can't. Shatterbird experiences the danger, comes over and collects it for himself. As we get back, Slimy's going to be on the back end here. It's going to be off the post. It's going to be in. No, it's going to be a save. Oh, my goodness. It's heating up. This is getting really good, Ground Zero. Who do you got going forward?
I'm still going to say with Disorder right now, but Erebos are slowly winning over my heart. I am not going to lie. And right now, their offensive pressure is absolutely amazing, but Team Disorder here are not ones to be undermined as they're pushing back just as fast as best as they can as well, but they are struggling with their boost management. I've seen themselves approaching the ball with not enough with finite boost, and finite boost will not help them in the long run as they need to get that shot and the goal. Really, their good demo from Mox on Avelios is a shot, and that's a goal from Shatter once again. What is this man made of? I want to know what this man eats for breakfast, as he is just dominating goal-wise for Team Disorder here, making sure that that ball ends up in Erebos' net continuously. We've seen 2 goals from this man right now, and Erebos now are slightly panicking. I have seen a little bit of a deficiency in their defensive rotation, and that might be something that they need to watch out in the long run, because they still have over half the game left, 2 minutes 40 seconds left on the timer still, and they can still bite back. That 1 goal may not seem as, oh, what a save! What a save again! What is this game? What am I seeing?
My goodness.
That was absolutely amazing defense from Avelios, the man of the match for that one right now. Can we get some goalkeeper gold? You know, those trophies they gave him the World Cup. Can we get that right now for this man? The gloves, the golden gloves. That man needs it. He deserves it. And that's an opportunity for Slimy there, who was absolutely 50ing the hell out of anybody he was facing from Team Disorder there. Now Max with a misplay does give the ball away to Galaxy, and that's a pass down middle off the ceiling. Opportunity for Slimy to save it from Shatter's shot there. And on Mox up for the air dribble, trying to push it out. Does get a redirect into the middle for his teammate Gecko, who gets a flip reset in the most oddest of positions. Doesn't do anything effective for him though, and Shatter now will take possession of the ball. Avelios with another pass in, and Gecko does outplay him. Now Slimy and Galaxy are pushing forward in the same rotation-wise. They shouldn't be doing that. A little bit of separation might help them out in the long run. Now this might be an opportunity for Avelios, and he just gets 50'd. And now another stagnated moment for both teams here, and it's just all gone silent as they're both just trying to get a feel for each other. And you like that moment, the calm before the storm, because there's still 1 minute 30 seconds left on the timer. Do you feel that it's a calm before the storm, just like last game, because we did see a tie-up?
Well, that's exactly what I think we're gonna experience at some point here. This game feels like it has more to offer, doesn't it? It's still chances on chances, counterattack after counterattack. You can imagine that Erebos gets rewarded once in this 5 minutes for some of the pressure and some of the saves they've made. But sometimes Rocket League isn't fair like this. I'm going to go ahead and say next goal. Whoever scores the next goal wins. I love that, and it feels that way so far. But they have to get out of their end, and I think you're right with what you said. I wanted to make a comment on it. The boost control has not been there for them. And it's forcing them to get some weird defensive rotations. So that might come in to be a factor here.
In the long run, especially with not enough boost, that's one of the biggest assets you can use. What a pinch off the crossbar from Mox. Unfortunate for him, in comparison to Team Erebos, it will not be his friend, but rather his foe. And right now, still 50. Oh, flick there from Shadow. Unfortunately for him, good defense still. Erebos from Galaxy. This man.
From absolutely the depths
of hell. What a shot from the man. And this pinch, he's just saw the opportunity. I don't know where this man got the power. Nearly 100 kph on that ball, and it flew into the net of Team Disorder here. And that's 1-1 still, 16 seconds left on the timer. And now that will be an amazing factor for the mental here. Galaxy trying to find a passing play with Slimy, which for him just couldn't get that proper opportunity there. Now Avelios with a redirect into the middle. Good save by Gecko, and pushed out by Shattered here all the way into Team Erebos' corner. And that ball falls down softly on the blue side. pushing us to OT. And that first kickoff here, detrimental for either, depending on. And right now, Airboss is immediately taking pressure. Pass off, opportunity for unfortunately for him, Velios could not find that opportunity. Good save by Gecko there, and now he's pushing up, trying to find that opportunity for a shot. And what a ping pong moment from both teams, both players there
Jeez.
on Airboss. And that's an opportunity for Moxer. Couldn't maintain control of that ball, and Velios gonna find a shot. Doesn't really get a powerful one though, and that ball will go into possession of Shattered, who passed it off to a 50 to Gecko, and that's a pass. Oh, no, unfortunately for him, Slimy stopping that shot right in his tracks, and now Shattered trying to find another opportunity. Does pass it off to Mox. Mox with a shot. And Velios now. Good play there from the man, and he pushes it out back middle. Galaxy now trying to maintain some sort of possession, trying to maintain some control to give it back in favor for Team Erebos. Good 50 in the air by both Slimy and Mox there. And now Velios forced to do his other 50 as well with Gecko. All the way to Shattered. Will he get a play there? And now this man left with no boost once again. But boost for Gecko though, and he gets a 50 in his own corner with Galaxy, missing it out. Mox with a clear down in to Erebos' corner. Still, we passed that 1 minute mark in comparison to the first game, where this game immediately died in under the first minute. 52 seconds is all they needed, and right now we're seeing some good moments. Anything that happens here will be the biggest heartbreak we've seen from either time. And your earlier comment went a lot about one goal is all either team needs to cause some heartbreak there. Might be coming true, especially in the OT.
Yeah, especially in the OT, but we have to look at here, both teams obviously playing a little bit passive. You see really not double committing into the corners at all unless it's a clear-cut opportunity. This is what's going to be! It's going to be it! No! Shatter! Wow, and now the counterattack has started, but they actually cut! He cuts rotation hard there, and he gets it back in! Oh, Gecko's with a great play, and now the game gets put back into the corners. Ground Zero, what a passage of play that was.
That was a moment and a half, and this might be it! Shattered has done it. This man remains the MVP of goals for Team Disorder here. This man completely ending the hopes and dreams, the light at the end of the tunnel that Team Erebos were making for themselves at that moment. They saw something. They saw the church bells ringing, and now they've been shut down. They've been cut off right here by Shattered once again, 2-1. And we're seeing the mirror image of last game results-wise for Team Disorder and Erebos here once again. And I hope to see this trend continuing, because I like consistency, I'm not gonna lie, from both teams. There's a good counterattack from Team Erebos in the OT there. We were seeing some hope, something happening, something building in the end there, but watch for them. Team Disorder there saw the string that was being built, and they cut it off with their pair of scissors. That is Shattered himself, shattering the opportunities. This man has named himself very aptly. I am not gonna lie, they win a lot.
Well, we do have a timeout being called. We just have to get asterisks on this here. I think it's a good time for a timeout to be called from Erebos. It's a well-used timeout. It's good usage. And you're right, that counterattack was strong. It was the secondary shot on the counterattack, which is often the nail in the coffin. When you only have two people back, someone has to commit, and that does create issues, especially with our man Shattered on the field. Holy, he has just been sniffing around goal, hasn't he? So we are going to do a timeout here, and what do you think about calling a timeout in Game 3? Do you think it should have happened after Game 1, or do you think you let the boys play, and if you lose that one too, okay, let's organize for the reverse sweep?
Now, I think the call out, I think the call out timeout was probably the best opportunity they could have taken right now overall as well. Because game one is like kind of the feeler game. You try and get a feel. While in a game, like I would say in a best of 7, it's the most unimportant game. But even in a best of 5, that one game, even if it goes in your favor or against it, is still the feeler game in my opinion. Game 2 is where it's really you try and see what your problems are and what you can do, how you can improve overall. And right now, Erebos and Disorder, in comparison to Erebos calling that, was probably the best opportunity for themselves currently, as they really need to see what the issues are. They are finding them every now and then, but I think the major issues in comparison to what I've seen closely for them is both their counterattacks and their defensive rotations overall. The transition between them and some management between the middle of the pitch overall, it seems to be lacking every now and then. They find those opportunities, they find that flow, they kick into it, and the second they kick into it, they lose it immediately. With Disorder there, very good at seeing those moments and immediately starting snipping down on them as best as they can.
Yeah, and they have to be a taker of chances at this point. They're making saves. They just have to take their opportunities. They did have an
Exactly.
opportunity there in overtime. They did. And they got to the ball a little bit slow. And if you're not going to be on top of it right away, there's almost no use going at all. And that's when you get countered after a save like that. So I think if they can just commit a little bit, like you said, be on top of their secondary opportunities, be on top of the 50s after the saves, we'll let the RNG take over from there. I would say that would be on me because they're playing against a very solid team. We can't really take away anything from Disorder.
No, exactly. No, and
Yeah, playing
Disorder
great.
Disorder as a team are absolutely amazing in comparison to Erebus. Erebus is finding those opportunities and they're getting those passing plays in comparison to Disorder, who are singularly independent, very good players. And when they can, they do find those opportunities to try and pass to their team. And in comparison to Erebus, who are just trying to pass and pass and pass, which I like to see because like this game is meant to be played as for teamwork, and I always love the promotion of teamwork overall. So I'm hoping to see more good, effective passing plays, find those opportunities when they can and when they should be going for them. That will make it overall and aptly a better opportunity for them to possibly create a counterattack or overall create momentous occasions for a goal for Team Erebos here. Might see some change with that timeout, and hopefully they tackle down those like those rugby pits would come down over here and say,
Yes,
hey,
I
let's
like
let's
that.
let's
Hey,
let's talk amongst each other and say, hey, what did we do wrong? Sometimes it does great for the mentals to talk overall because in the moment you just can't seem to find those issues because it's just like you're just stuck in the moment. And right now, we might see. I'm hoping to see some good, effective change from Team Erebus. Bring it back and make my prediction come true.
yeah, we are going to be looking for a map change, I believe, as well. Yeah, we're going to go to a different server. That's not going to be an issue, and we should be good to go from there. We just need. Is it the same lobby password?
hmm Yeah. We're
Okay.
gonna meet ourselves. We're gonna meet ourselves in Game 3 in Sovereign Heights, and what a beautiful map this is. Can I say? When a lot.
Well, yeah, it's one of my favorites. One of my least favorites as well. I mention this every time. I just would imagine that the rent in that Signet building is astronomical because you get to watch all of the top Rocket League players in the world. But besides that, this map is one of my favorites. I just wish I
It's
could live in that
absolutely
building.
amazing.
Yeah, but
Uh,
we got the second best seat in the house, don't we?
Oh yeah, we definitely we get the overhead. We get the
Yes.
crow's nest right now.
Yes.
That's what I think that's more preferable in my opinion as we watch these players play from the first person POV, trying to see their movements, what's their next plan, and I think
Yes.
those kind of seats are far more priceless than anything we can afford for ourselves in the
Absolutely.
sign-up building.
Absolutely. A little bit less fans can attend this one. They don't have the seating for it, but it is a beautiful park indeed. Only 25 people able to be here at this game, but I'm over a million tuning in live, so we're fine. We're going to have some high octane stuff here, and that's what we're looking for as both teams are joining the match. We are ready to go. I will just quickly administer the please join. Here we go. This is the one that we will be hoping for. This is the one we will hope starts the reverse sweep. Of course, unless you're disorder, you're looking to get out of here and get home on time.
hmm And we're gonna hopefully see the consistency we've seen in the quality of games between both teams here. And Evelios with an immediate opportunity
Oh,
for some aggression there. Good play there, and that I've seen the timeout immediately granting them some change in the overall the role of aggression that they've immediately applied was absolutely fantastic. But nonetheless, Shattered will still find the ball there, going up for the aerial play. Nearly gets a
oh,
shot in though, and Slimy,
oh.
the main man on defense, still does his job perfectly. Even on zero boost, this man is a menace for Team Disorder. This might maybe something they can utilize in their physical aggression, because that's not something I've seen much in between either of these two games right now. We've only applied ourselves in the first 30 seconds of Game 3. I'm hoping to see some change in the physical aggression, create some holes, as I said earlier, at the start before we went hopped into the first game. Because that might be the one thing, the one key opportunity that they might need, and unfortunately for them, Shattered once again. This man, what a passing play from Gecko. This man absolutely flew across the lobby. An unfortunate touch there for Velios, and Shattered. What a read from his teammate there. Passing play, absolutely immaculate, and getting the first goal in the first minute itself for Team Disorder. 1-0. And while the aggression may have been a little bit better, what do you think has overall changed in the first minute itself for Team Erebos there to win a lot?
Well, for me, it's what hasn't changed, and that's Shattered. He's still on the field, and he's still dominating around the goal.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
you can't pay enough for a great goal scorer, as he does a great 50 in the middle. What a fake 50. Did you see that? He fake
That was
50s.
beautiful.
We're going to take a quick look at this, guys. He fake 50s and then gets it to just bounce into the middle for his teammate Gecko, who knew he was going to fake 50 as well. Didn't go in the air at all. And they have a quick 2-goal lead in game 3, and the sweep is on now.
2-0 for the better, and it's only been barely a couple of seconds perhaps the first goal. And Evelios now clean, eligible play, and we're trying to find a pinch play. We're seeing something saucy developing there. Galaxy, unfortunately for them, just couldn't get that read accurately enough to get that pinch of the goal. And Velios missing their opportunity as Team Erebos is still 3 minutes 34 seconds left on the timer, and what a shot from Shatter. The redirect, this man has definitely been doing his trigonometry homework because those angles are amazing. Itself now ball in the corner. Mox there with a shot. Let's get demoed by Galaxy though. There is the physical aggression that I've been.
That is it. Like you mentioned, the physical aggression's gonna. But 3-0. It might all be for naught here. What a great play by Shattered though to keep possession. I have to mention him. I mean, it's a great shot. It's on net, but the possession there is kept by Shattered coming off the wall, and they get a great shot on net. He is absolutely playing out of his mind right now.
That was a good shot from Gecko though, and he just his G2 Fennec completely, like, you know, as we've seen from G2, their playstyle is absolutely amazing.
Yes,
great team themselves as well. This man has taken the spirit of G2 itself and they've accumulated in one player today, and that's Gecko. And hopefully we might see something as well from Galaxy, who's wearing the Susquehanna Sonics decal on his Fennec. Beautiful play there as well. Everyone just dripped out. Why can I not afford these kind of? Why can I never afford this kind of drip? I will never know. But these men who have obviously utilized their winnings and, you know, utilize that money in a good way. And Galaxy now, who's also trying to afford a goal for their team Erebos right now, just missed out a good 50. And the defense from Team Disorder still remaining absolutely amazing and very consistent. It's always two players, and that's the shot in from Mox. Okay, from my angle, I'm not gonna lie, it looked very odd.
it
like
was
Gecko there. It looked
kind of was
Gecko
pinched. It was kind of he gets it on the short hop. He gets it on the short hop, and it's gone in. Is it too early to say that this is over?
2 minutes is still half the game, and if they get 2 goals per minute, now, well, that minute itself is.
You can't. You couldn't even finish that ground zero. You started sounding ridiculous, and you said, "Oh, whoa! I just did the math. This is gonna be tough." You know what? But I'll tell you right now. Curse of the commentator. I'm not telling you. All right.
We cursed it. We cursed it.
Yeah, we did. That's all right. That's all right.
Truly unfortunate.
I like the optimism. And I'll still say they got a chance. You can't say they don't have a chance. But it's seeming to me, usually the comebacks happen when there's a bit of momentum going your way. And it seems to me they can't even build momentum right now, which is a big issue. It's kind of why I wanted, personally, I would have preferred the timeout after the first game. Because if you lose after the adjustments, hopefully that second game with the adjustments is a bit more, tight. But at this point, it just looks like Disorder is so strong. There's almost nothing you can do.
No, it looks to me they've also utilized the time for the timeout for themselves as well. They haven't been sitting down, twiddling their fingers. They've also seen and just obviously calm between each other, trying to see some opportunities. And Slimy, who's actually looking for the aggressive play as well, trying to find that opportunity. What a pass in from Galaxy, and beautiful save on the goal line itself. That ball was nearly in the net of Disorder. What a save from the man. This man today, to me, is a menace, and that will probably be the biggest heartbreak moment for Team Erebos to have the ball flying still straight down in Galaxy. What a redirect pass in, and Evelios, he nearly got that shot as well, and that ball.
Yeah,
again,
it's going to be the counterattack.
Yeah, exactly. I said in game 2, and there it is once again, another 6th goal. Unfortunately for them, for Team Erebos, that opportunity they built up ever so slowly is now just dwindled in front of their faces. They're forced to watch as that shattered. Once again, this man will probably be haunting their dreams tonight. That rainbow optic decal, and that engine sound will probably be the one thing that will haunt their dreams as they're going to wander around. Just some PTSD is probably going to develop, and we're seeing. I spoke too soon, and Galaxy. Yeah. What a shot from this! I'm calling him Galaxy this whole time. I'm not gonna lie, it sounds way better than Galaxy.
I
I don't know if you've
yeah,
heard me for
I
that.
think
Am
it's
I
I
wrong?
think it's Galaxy.
I want to call him Galaxy. I want to stick
I
to
think
my
it's
habit of this
Galaxy.
one.
Yeah, call him Galaxy. It's on him if it's anything else, to be honest. That's kind of his fault. But, I mean, 6-1 we see here with the last minute of play. I'm glad they got one because it was almost looking like they weren't going to be able to buy a goal tonight with how close they were. But, that's just kind of how Rocket League goes sometimes. You just can't get into the flow of the game. And these guys on the other side here, though, Disorder, have made it very tough to play against.
They really have. They really have.
Absolutely.
Now Velios there with a possible opportunity to end it off. One more goal maybe to just give a consolation moment for Team Erebos. Maybe utilize that to wait. Do they die here or do they just is it just all over? Is the lights out snuffed out for the team?
They go into a lower bracket.
Oh, okay. Then they still have an opportunity, even in the lower brackets itself. Maybe they can utilize this opportunity because they didn't get an opportunity to learn in comparison to Disorder, who did 3-0 their last previous game before they fought Erebos Day itself. And now the ball finally landing on the blue side on top of Slimy's car, who pushes it down. And another 50 in the middle until the last moment. The bell has now rang itself for the last time. Galaxy was still trying to find that shot. Slimy missing the opportunity, and the ball finally resting in the grave of Team Disorder's side here. And finally it's 6-1. What a way to end off game 3 in a 3-0 sweep. While both of our predictions were incorrect, we were very close overall as well in comparison, nonetheless. But what a game we've seen. All 3 games, some beautiful Rocket League, some amazing moments from
Yep.
both teams. And credit where credit is due. Erebos fought as best as they could today, and they've truly showed us that they've got heart, and that's what matters.
Well, it does when you go into the lower bracket because that's one thing you're going to need. You're going to be playing against a bunch of other teams whose mentals might just be coming from a similar game that they just played.
Exactly.
So it's going to come down to some heart. It's going to come down to some belief. And it's going to come down to, hey, wasn't our day. We've had a few goal line clearances. We did everything we could. A couple of those go in earlier on. We win game 1 or 2. And we know this is a whole different series. So keep the mental strong going forward is what I would be preaching to the choir here. But speaking of that, I am preaching to you right now, and it's not you who needs the mentals. It's going to be the boys in blue there. But as they move forward to the lower bracket, that just all they means is they have to win the rest. That's it. That's doable.
Oh, yeah, very doable.
Yeah, and I hope it will be for them.
No, I wish the boys luck in the lower bracket there. But nonetheless, for Team Disorder, they've got their own battle to face forward in the rest of the brackets itself for playoffs, and it's not going to be an easy one.
Nope, it's not going to be. If you can open up the bracket there, guys, in chat, you see it. Disorder, a heavy favorite here, but they do have to keep winning. And if you want to have that all elusive final spot with the advantage of no losses, that gives you a great advantage in the final. And it's something that a good team would take good advantage of because you might be able to beat us once, but can you beat us twice is the question.
Exactly.
So that's going to be huge.
Now, we're going to leave it off there, but don't go
We
anywhere, as there are more games still to be played. And if you go right now, I will be very heavily disappointed.
Yep, and I'm here with you next game, so I'm not even allowed to leave.
Exactly.
So you guys got to stay. You got to. But yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, but yep, that's all we have for today. It's been me and Ground Zero, Sir Winalot and Ground Zero. And thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. I'll see y'all later.
And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna tear it apart. No matter what you do, I'll still be there for you. And when you call my name, I won't be far away. No matter where you go, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be alone. Be alone, be alone. No, you'll never be You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna tear it apart. No matter what you do, I'll still be there for you.
All right, we have our second game on deck here. It's going to be Nightfall versus Yoruba, and I'm back again for a second game in a row. The energy hasn't gone anywhere. Got coffee. We're feeling good, feeling strong, and we're going to have the players joining in a second here. Joining me in the booth today is the lovely Dash. Dash, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thank you. More importantly, though, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about the game in front of us. We just saw, if you were on the main stream, Yoruba did lose 3-1 to Arena Tribe. I would say a very good game, but Arena looked very strong. And as we saw, if you were watching, Kevin, 385 MS, put on an MVP performance. So they go through up top, and Yoruba have come down to play Nightfall. Now, we know that Nightfall are also a very strong team. Talk to me about Nightfall, sir.
Well, Nightfall has been through the grinder. They have absolutely created a bit of an emotion out of themselves. They've now found themselves in a must-win situation, and that's where they've really started to build character. And I think now that they've done some of that, I think these guys could be a team that contends for the title. They're strong, they're committed, they have good heart, they're gritty, they're tough to play against, and I think that's going to go a long way for them. As we see the bracket here, you can see they have quite a ways to go if they're going to make any sort of dent in this playoff tournament. But for me, they're going to be very strong, Dash, and I think they're a team to look out for.
Definitely. As you can see on your screen, they did 3-2 to Mirage, going through to this lower quarter as they play Yoruba. We've seen Yoruba on the stream before on the main. They look good, but obviously we've seen Nightfall. They are also can match it. So in front of us, it will definitely be a great game to watch. Personally, predictions, I'm going to say personally, Yoruba. I'm taking Yoruba. I've seen Nightfall. I've seen what they can do. But personally, Yoruba, they've got my heart. Who do you have, sir?
Yoruba have my heart as well. Ariba Yoruba, but I just want to make things interesting. I might take Nightfall here, and I'm going to change it if Yoruba start winning. Is that allowed? Can I do that? Is that allowed? I don't even know. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to jump ship if Yoruba start the actual winning. I'm going to go off over them, and we see here Nightfall versus Yoruba, third and third respectively in their conferences, 43 wins to 41 wins for Nightfall there, but the losses 31-29, goals for 198 to 182. Is that going to be a difference maker, do you think? Is there going to be a lot of goals this game?
Well, both teams can score goals. I've definitely seen it from Nightfall, so we're definitely expecting goals from them. But Yoruba, they can score goals. I've seen it. I love Change. Change is my go. I want to see him score today. I'm all for Yoruba, but I'm not taking anything away from Nightfall today because, like I've said, they are brilliant. As we see, they are third. They came third in their conference. 2 wins more than Yoruba and 2 less losses than Yoruba. So it's going to be definitely a very close matchup right here.
Well, something's got to give. Something's got to give, and we have over 115,000 fans in the stands today. The flags across the field from everywhere tuning in, and it's a full house tonight for these guys. Let's take a look at some of the head-to-head stats for these players, and it is definitely going to be change that might bring some change to this game. I have to admit, he is looking rather strong. Is there any reason in particular that you seem to like him the most?
Well, I have experience with him. I did team with him last season, and back when I was rival, we were very good together. So,
okay.
This season, obviously, I've not played with him since last season, but I know he's a very strong player in all aspects of the field. And Change, if you're listening, I still love you, but I won't forget. I won't forget that one moment.
Well, that moment seems between you two, and I hope it was as sensual as you're making it sound. It sounds very emotional, and I would hope that you guys reconcile if you need to, and if you don't, that's okay as well, because we do have some other players that are going to be out there. And for me, you got to take a look at the boy Mythics with almost 68 games fully played, it's going to be hard to say that he's not going to be someone to look out there for. A lot of games under his belt, and then also Mr. Efficiency with 72 games played. I mean, how do you can't really just teach experience, right? So these guys have got games under their belt. Are these people you're looking to make a difference, or are you looking for maybe someone like Change who doesn't have as many games to potentially come out and shine as a new star?
Well, it's hard to kind of say that because at the start of the season, Nightfall had a strong start, and
Yes.
Shaman also had a pretty strong start. I can't remember when Change exactly joined Yoruba, but anyway, we know he's had an impact. But looking at Mythics and Jax, they've had a lot of games, and certainly Jax, if we look at that, 64 goals, the goal MVP of that team. A lot of saves coming out from both teams as well. Mythics was 78, Carlitos with 87, and Mithril with a whopping 115. So maybe we might see a lot of saves from him today. Let's hope for that, as I think we're in for a thriller.
I think we're in for a thriller in the Manila, and we are looking to get the game started. As I can hear some engines starting to roar up here, I'd imagine we're going to get the players to join soon as this overlay changes. And we will apologize now. We will take a moment and apologize for the overlay issues. I hope you're still with us, and if you aren't, this apology will fall on deaf ears. And if you're still here, I would assume you've already forgiven us. So that going forward, when we get the game switched over to the starting screen, we will ask the players to join. Until then, the crowd is buzzing. There is a bit of a weird atmosphere in the stands right now. I have to say, Dash, it's starting to become a rather intense.
Oh, the eggs love it. The eggs are loving it. But yeah, like I said, going to be a great series right in front of us. I can't wait to cast this. I know you can't wait to cast this. As game one does go ahead, this can go either way. As we see Yoruba take the good end of the kickoff.
They do, and Jax is going to be a strong one, like you said. Looking at 53 games and over 60 goals, it's almost inevitable that he gets on the score sheet tonight. It's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when for Jax. And it very well is looking like he's off to a strong start with already some great touches in the midfield. As we move forward, Mr. Efficiency is going to get off the backboard. Jax misses the touch, though! Oh, it's in! Oh, curse of the commentator! Dash, I'm so sorry, but Jax does miss this one. I can't believe it. He does try to avoid the demo. Comes down to Mr. Efficiency, and they open up the score within 30 seconds of the game. It's 1-0. Mr. Efficiency, his name is also Kyle, by the way. My name's Kyle, so maybe he's going to be my favorite. I don't know, but that was a tough watch, wasn't it, Dash?
It was. Kyle, the player, puts that one in the back of the net, and that was only, I think, 22 seconds in. As Jax here tries to take a shot on there, and he almost does. That hits the post, and Carlitos able to put that one away. Change getting the 50 on Mithril. Mythic's going to try to go back to Change, but he's rotated. Mithril getting the touch over one. Jax bumped Mythic's down the line. Carlitos forced to retreat as a demo comes from Mithril on Change. Yoruba looking very more offensive now as they do go one goal down in a minute, as this looks an awkward style of play from Yoruba, but they keep the pressure on.
They do keep the pressure on, and if the pressure stays mounted like this, it's only a matter of time before the goal ends up pierced as Jax hits it straight up, straight down, it's without the post, and here goes Mythics! Oh, if you had it's in! Oh, the pressure built up there, and just as you said it, Dash, good call. It was only a matter of time here. They were just mounting and mounting, and there we have it. Our goal, it's tied up, all is one, and all is right. We are looking for an amazing finale here. You can just tell, Dash.
It came. That goal came. That at least minute of pressure finally led to their well-deserved goal, as Jax is looking to keep it pressure up. As Change takes a shot, Mithril gets the top corner save. Can Change manage that in? No, he can't. What a scramble on the goal line, as the pressure now converted to the other side of the field. Mythic's going to control this one, get the touch of Change. He's going to pop it upwards. Mythic's tries to get that shot on net, does, but Carlitos is there again, showing why he's got 115 saves on his belt.
Yeah, it was a great save. It was indeed. They had to pitch it up against the top left of the post and then save the secondary. And they do finally clear their lines. They get over the mid and the counterattack's on. This might be in. It's going to be. Whoa! What a great redirect to reposition himself in the air to just get the slightest of touches around the defender with the boom coming in the middle too there. Look at that. A double Dion. He bumps both of them out of their dash. And that's a great play on the ground, isn't it?
Really good play. Really good play. Strong
Yes.
from Nightfall at the minute. Really strong. 2 shots and 2 goals. As Yoruba, if we look at their stats, 7 shots, and Mythics has only managed to put away 1. As the Jax has 4 and unable to convert anything. As that is a shot on net from Mithril, but Mythics able to convert that one to the left side. Change, looking for that line pass. Jax does get bumped by Mr. Efficiency as he tries to get the bump on Mithril. Able to dodge that one and take it to the right side. Gets his second touch and the 100 boost. Unable to convert that into anything though. As Carlitos looking to slow down the play here. Jax come flying in. Trying to hit it onto the backboard. Unable to do much with that touch as Mythics is keeping this pressure. Yoruba are straining Nightfall's defense.
Yeah, they kind of are here, and it's turning into let's see who commits first, and we'll react accordingly. A huge demo in the middle of the net. Oh, he's trying to go for the reset. That was so close, Dash. That was so close. And as the counterattack begins here, they have to be careful not to concede, trying to tie this game up. It's a good save. Mr. Efficiency's going to be up. It's going to be back on net. And now they're going to get the ball back out to the midfield. And they don't have any boost, so Mythics takes over. Dash, this game's heating up. Surely. Oh, surely we have a tie coming in here. Come on, right? We can feel it. This game has something more to offer, right?
A goal is coming for either side, really. I'd probably say Yoruba at the minute, but as I say, this Nightfall now applying the pressure as Mithril almost manages to take that shot on net. Mythics able to clear it out to the left side. His change is going to pick that ball up.
Oh.
Gets demoed by Mr. Efficiency instantly. As he's looking to convert that pressure to the other side of the field. As that ball's going to go down, change. Awkwardly missing it, and Mythics as Mithril able to get that touch downwards. And Efficiency is blocked by 2 of the Yoruba players. Carlitos going for a shot, and able to convert that one as Jax booms that ball upfield, and he's looking to apply this pressure.
Wow, great.
But once again, it goes back the other field, and this is back and forth so a lot, isn't it?
It's so back and forth. You can tell each teams are starting to feel the pressure when it gets a bit ping-pongy, but it's a great touch in the middle. Surely not. It could be. What a great save by Carlitos. He actually had really good patience. He takes a hit for the team there, Dash, and he gets the ball out. But it was good patience from him to let that ball drop. He realized there was no immediate danger. And is our boy Jax going to get on the board here is the big question. He does get a demo, and the counterattack stop has over miss. It's good. Oh, Dash. They just missed the corner. That was a chance, wasn't it? Are they going to get another chance in this last 30 seconds, Dash?
Well, Mythics has 100 boost. He could create something here. Gets to beat on 1. Is Jax able to convert? No! Mithril gets a save, and that is a massive, vital save right here in the last 22 seconds as Mythics able to put that ball down left side, change awkwardly on the wall. Maybe trying to get the block, but Mr. Efficiency doesn't get the touch. Jax out to the left side. Enough boost to create something here. Unable to get the pass midfield. Change is going to have to hit this ball on the wall. Demo comes from Mithril on Mythics. They're closing down the seconds. Time is ticking. That ball might just drop. As Mithril says, yep, it will drop. That is 1-0 to Nightfall. And that, my friends, is a back and forth game. What can we make? What can we actually make of that game?
Well, if you didn't watch the game, it'd be a really tough one to explain because it started off with a goal and then it went stale for a bit, tied it up, immediate second goal to go back into the lead, and you're like, hey, this series is going to be absolutely good. But I will say that Nightfall, it felt like, anyways, Nightfall dominated for most of the game. They had the better chances. They made more saves. I don't know if you'd agree with me, but if Jax plays a little bit better, I think Yoruba is going to have a pretty good opportunity to take game 2.
6 shots coming from Jax, and he couldn't manage to get a single goal to his name. But like we said, that's 11 shots for Yoruba and 6 for Nightfall. So we could say that if you didn't watch the game, Yoruba definitely had the better offense, but couldn't convert that into goals as they go 1 game down in the series. But as we move to the next map, it's definitely can still go either way. Both teams putting on a great performance in game number 1. So if I had to bet on this one, I couldn't answer it.
Yeah, it would be a really tough one. I feel like it would be losing my money either way. It's going to be very tough to call from here on out. But can they avoid an early 10 to 30-second goal is the big question as they're off. And it gets a huge kickoff straight down the middle. It's going to be...
Oh, no.
Yes, they can't.
The
Mr.
pass
Efficiency.
just
Yeah, Kyle again in the first 30 seconds comes in and buries one. He really had to do a lot with this still, and he gets it right into the top corner. Pretty well done, actually, I have to say, if I do say so myself.
Maybe that's his trademark. Kickoff goals.
Kickoff
They
goals.
They take the lead within 3 seconds as they are sitting pretty right now. Mithril going to turn away from that ball, change, maybe looking to create something here. It gets to pass midfield. Jax runs away from that ball. Maybe he didn't have boost or anything, but that could have been a chance as Mythics takes control of this ball, able to get it left, and able to get the pinch as Efficiency, does get the block. Change, streaming down that left wing as he gets the pass midfield, and Jax almost able to put that into the back of the net, but it is saved by Mr. Efficiency.
That was a good pace of play to start the game. Nightfall came out with an obvious game plan. As they get a chance here, oh, a little half hesitation flick. It was trying to bait the defender in, did kind of get a bait, but just couldn't flick it over the secondary, and that's okay because they still have the pressure here. It is mounting. Mithril's up. This is gonna be off the crossbar. Carlitos is up. It's gonna be it's a save. What a great save that was, Dash, as they start the counterattack.
Really good save. As Jax may just confirm. Oh my god! Almost pulls out the breezy. That would have been in the highlight reel. As that is really unfortunate not to go in. That could have been a great goal to level the game. Carlitos going to take his time on the ball. Gets a huge 50 out to the left. Change. Unable to get a touch on the ball as he's going to have to quickly track back. As Nightfall here on the offense. Carlitos takes that shot and that goes straight in the top middle of the goal. And Nightfall take that 2-0 lead with inside 1 minute and 26 seconds.
That's a great little half pre-jump, I'll say. It was pretty much a pre-jump, I'll give it. They did really good there to connect, and like you said, they find themselves up 2-0. Amazing stuff.
Really good. Really good from Nightfall at the minute as they have their 2-0 lead. But time in Rocket League is massive. It lasts forever. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds is a lot of time to get 2 goals to your name. As Yoruba try and turn this one around here. As Mythics gets the better end of that 50. Mithril there to control it. Gets it past Jax. Jax really aggressive in that challenge. Maybe causing this next goal, but Change. Able to get that block on the ball. Maybe trying to get the second touch. Gets the high ball. Not much boost to do anything with it. Carlitos forced to get that slight touch into his corner. Change. Big demo on a Mr. Efficiency. That could open up the field for Mythics. Almost Change trying to put that one in the back of the net, and they are unable to do so. 2 minutes 47 left. Is it possible?
Well, anything's possible in Rocket League, like you said. But if something's going to happen for them, it's going to have to happen soon because that's a great redirect again. Wow. Nightfall is finding the middle player, and instead of looping it back towards the goal, they're pressing it hard and low into the middle, and they're looking for the redirects, and it's very effective.
Really effective. That is class from Mithril there. And, you know, from a whole team perspective, that is really good. As Yoruba have 2 minutes and 30 seconds to turn this round. They need 3 goals. And, to be honest, they've had the chances. They've got 4 shots to the name at the minute. Jax, like we said, he's got a lot of shots and quite a few goals to his name, but unable to do anything in this series when it really matters.
Yeah, that's the one. He's had a couple of good opportunities as well, and I think I'm thinking if Jax can heat up though, these guys have got a chance. If they could get him the ball a little bit in space, I think Jax has beat a player or two tonight and created space for himself. But if he can just get a little bit of help on some counters, that's going to hurt them. Yeah, he can't whiff. That's unfortunate. Is it safe to say that this one's over, and they'd be looking to maybe get a pride goal for Game 3 here?
Well, if it was 4-0 to Yoruba right now, I would probably say Nightfall will still have the opportunity, but they're 4-0 up, and the way they are playing right now, it does look pretty inevitable for Yoruba. But Jax, he's, like we said, we need to see something from him. He is the goal scorer of this team, it appears to be, but he's not done much as he takes that ball off Mythics. Maybe going for the read, does get the read, but unable to put that on the net as Mithril gets the better in that 50. This could result into a goal. Change might not be fast enough. He ain't fast enough. And that is 5 to Nightfall.
Really unfortunate touch right there. I mean, what do you... what do? You 50 stronger, and it actually just rebounds off the Mithril and sets himself perfectly for the aerial there. I mean, not much you can do when the ball's bouncing like that, but that's Rocket League, and you have to admit, Nightfall have been faster this game. They've been getting to the ball first and in better fashion.
Well, yeah, in every aspect, they've just been a little bit better than Yoruba at the minute, with 7 shots to their name. As that bump comes from Mithril, Jack's gonna have to intervene and get that save. As Carlitos hits the second shot, and that is 6 goals to Nightfall. The goals won't stop coming.
No, they won't. And Dash, I want to tell you a little bit of story about the history of my life here, okay? I was playing a sport once, it's called badminton, and the first smash is always the setup for the second smash, right? And it's kind of what Nightfall's doing right now, is like that first one, it's like, hey, we can save it, but just barely, and that secondary attack is so tough for them that it's just ending up in the net, and it is a wave of attack coming from Nightfall right now. They don't even have to worry about the defense too much, because they have someone playing third back there, Carlitos, who's playing it very, very efficiently and practically by himself.
Ooh.
As I say that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it goes wide, that's unfortunate.
It does go wide. Yeah. But it's just very good, strong play. It's almost like playing 3 at the back in football, you know?
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of opportunity in the midfield and above, and right now they are definitely they're playing strong Rocket League, and it's hard to fault Nightfall or Yoruba. Nightfall just looks so good.
Well, they are really good at the minute, as they have 6 goals to nil. As 25 seconds is left on the clock, probably not enough time for Yoruba to make a comeback here, as Nightfall would definitely want to take game number 2 and have that series point. But timeouts are possible in this league. They could take a nice 2-minute timeout here, because a 6-0 loss in game number 2 definitely requires some mental reset, as the clock slowly ticks, and that is resulting in game number 2 going to Nightfall, as Jax could make it 6-1 maybe to get something to his name, but unable to. And game number 2 certainly deservedly goes to Nightfall.
They style us a little bit there, I have to say. 6-0 is definitely a timeout realm. I would be calling one, but sometimes you say, hey, no. I don't want, if we win our next game, we'll take the timeout. All right, we need a little bit of love. We want to get back into the arena, and we want to get something going here. And I don't blame them for whatever decision they make after that. Is it Nightfall being too fast, or do you think Yoruba aren't playing their best today? Or a little bit of both?
Definitely Nightfall. It's Nightfall being too fast, in my opinion. They're just being really fast at the minute. They look too much for Yoruba at the minute. And Yoruba, like I've said, they're not playing bad, but Nightfall, it's just the constant pressure from them, and just the things they can do on that field, and the things they are doing at the minute on that field, definitely putting down Yoruba. So going into game number 3, they might have a bit of a mental reset. They might take this time out. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. As they might just come in and say, you know what, we don't need this timeout. Let's just, let's give it our all. This is game 3. Let's try and take this one. Then we might have our timeout to really reset our minds, as Nightfall are definitely probably wanting the sweep here.
Yeah, they're definitely going to look for the sweep. They want to be 3 and out. They want to be done and done with this. They want to move on. They want to make a statement. And as they look going into game 3 here, they look to be just as fast as they once started, as they have all ball possession and boost possession as it goes back into their own corner. Even that play right there, the little hesitation in the corner to bait the first challenge to go by, is something that is a high level of Rocket League, and it looks to me like it might be too much for Yoruba today. We've been surprised before, though, haven't we, Dash?
Definitely. Our predictions are definitely wrong, but I did have that inkling in Nightfall, I will admit. I know what they're capable of, and they're showing what they're capable of now, as Mithril gets that touch midfield. Unable to do much with it, as Jax is going to go for a goal opportunity. Doesn't have the boost to maybe carry on. Maybe he even does, and he does!
Oh.
And that is a astonishing save from Mithril there, as they keep the ball out of the net, and he turns around and maybe tries to get a chance on their net. Jax is there to block that one and take time. Getting a flick over Mithril, forcing that play. Efficiency misses that ball. Mythics might go for a demo or a mid pass. Carlitos is there to block it, and that is the skill that these players have in this tier. They know exactly what is coming.
Yeah, and like I said, Carlitos has been that third man back, and he's just been breaking up the plays. He's like a modern day Maldini out there, I can tell you. He's really doing well. He's going to be my player of this series so far. Just his defensive prowess, and they set up and he scores. See how he pushes up the field at such good times there. He knows when there's danger. He knows when to back off, and he knows when to press in. Look at that. He could smell it. What a great play, Dash. I really like this kid.
Really, really good. Well, Rocket League is a game of not just scoring and saving and, you know, all them obvious bits, but very little things in between. As you go up the ranks, you will see that even the minor things lead to chances, to opportunities, to goals, to saves, to everything. As these ranks do need to have their aspects all filled at max level. As Mithril almost has a chance to take a second shot, unable to convert that one into his second goal, into his brace. Carlitos backs away from that ball. Mr. Efficiency gets the boom upfield. Change going to control this one. Gets the flick over Efficiency, and Jax is going to have to be forced to take that one right. Maybe a chance opportunity here, but unable to do much with the ball. Mithril everywhere at the minute on this pitch. He is taking that ball down the line. Change forward. Mythics rotates as Change gonna have to try and carry on with that ball, but his teammates are just rotating out, and it just doesn't look very strong from Yoruba at the minute.
No, they can't get any secondary pressure. They're almost as maybe they're relying on Jack too much, but Nightfall is just creating so much space for their teammates out there. And I really like what you said earlier about the simplicities of the game, as this is going to be a good opportunity here. They got to score one, and they do! What a bump, and your man Change puts them on the scoreboard. They only have 2 goals in 3 games. Second one just coming now, but look at that! Get out of the way! That's good stuff.
The slight things in this game.
Yes, that's what I wanted you to say. Yeah, that's a good point. Like to just reiterate that it's not how complicated can you make Rocket League. It's how simple can you play it. Right? How easy can you make the games? That's what makes really good teams, and Nightfall is doing that. They are playing super efficiently. But Yoruba has a bit of life here. They're coming strong now. They can feel it. They can start to believe, Dash.
Well, that bump did change everything from Jax. As I said, the little things. If he didn't bump there, that certainly wouldn't have been a goal. But he recognised, I've got a bump here. And obviously Change had, you could say they had that open net. And Jack's able to get the bump as they level the game. 1 minute 50 left on the clock, as this can go either way. Nightfall looking still strong despite letting that goal in on unfortunate circumstances. Jax gets that touchdown, unable to do much with it. Efficiency down the line, going to hover around that right midfield. Gets a 50 on Mythics. Change 50 on Carlitos. Jax probably looking for a boom here. Gets it high. Change going to cut that ball. Takes it up the right wall, trying to dodge the demo from Efficiency. Gets that ball mid. That is a ping back into his own half. And 1 minute 20 left on the clock, and it could start getting a bit heated now as Mythics takes this ball over. That ball is rolling close towards the net, but Efficiency is there to close that one out. Change, unable to get the touch here. And this certainly again just looks back and forth, but Yoruba are looking strong at the minute.
Yeah, this is the first time I've really believed in Yoruba. I'm like, okay, so they can hang with these guys. Absolutely they can. And they're playing really well. They're controlling boosts in the midfield a lot more. And they're playing good. I don't want to... Oh, what a save by Jackson, and they pinch it out. This is what I'm talking about. That looked very good. They looked in the flow of the game. They pinch out, and danger, crisis averted. Devil's in the mid! Save! Jax to sail it!
Oh my days. The little things.
They went back. They went back to the simple things. I think you're right about that. I think you've hit the nail on the head. Hey guys, on our rotations through, take someone with you. That's it. And they are absolutely in the lead with 30 seconds left. Is the reverse sweep on? That would be too much for our emotions, wouldn't it, Dash?
Well, the way they're playing now, and the bumps coming from Jax and Mythics, if they keep bumping, I think they can create spaces. This Nightfall team do rely on space. Carlitos says no. He says no, you're not getting away with this. 20 seconds left on the clock, and he levels the game. It's an unfortunate miss from his teammate, but it puts the other player off. Jax unable to get the block on the ball. And that is a tie game. 20 seconds left. This can go either way. As Nightfall are probably looking to close this one down. They're probably going to be looking very, very aggressive now as Jax gets that touch into the corner. Can he beat Mithril? No, but Mythics might have a free shot. Takes it. Mithril and Efficiency have to get that pinch out to the left to save that ball. Jax missing the touch on that. That could be dangerous. Carlitos maybe even go for a bump here. Does get the demo. Mythic's probably going to have to touch the ball. Mithril gets that ball high. No boost to do anything. Jax trying to kill that ball so he can get to overtime. They look a bit shaky at the minute. No boost. Jax gets a miss on that ball. Carlitos looking for the mid.
Overtime.
That is on the floor. We have overtime.
Yeah, just as we thought Yoruba was going to walk away with this one, but we forgot about the main man right here, Carlitos. What a great player he is.
Oh.
And he evens it up. We end up in overtime. The ball's in the corner. Jax is going to be on it. He gets the ball. He gets 50 on the left side. He pushes it in the middle. Change U is going to take control here. This is your man right now. Change with a good pass in the middle, but it's going to be intercepted by Mithril. He's going to be up and over. Carlitos going for the double. That was very close, wasn't it, that dash? And Jax is going to whiff. It's going to be up and straight down into their own end. Mithril gets attached. It's a great save by Change. Now Carlitos is up. It's going to be in. It's on the post. It's not in. Jax is counterattacking now. They have a chance. They have a chance. He gets. Oh, he misses that. Oh, dash. The play is heating up, isn't it?
What game this is. As Nightfall take this opportunity almost as Carlitos unable to get that ball on the net. Jax again. He's going to take this ball. Beats Mithril. Can he get the double? Yes, he can. Almost putting that in the back of the net as Carlitos unable to get that touch. Mythic's forced to make a save here. Efficiency applying this heavy pressure. Gets that ball midfield. Carlitos could take the shot. Change. Vital block coming out from him. And Yoruba have to relax here. Nightfall. Massive pressure coming from them. Big hit out to the left side. Change going to try and deal with this. Gets the ball past Mr. Efficiency. Mithril takes that shot on net. Jax with the very vital save here. They are keeping themselves in this game. This is going extremely back and forth. This could go anywhere. And it goes. Like I was about to say, let you talk, but it goes to Yoruba. They have capitalised. And they are taking it to game 4.
I can't believe it. Just as you said it could go anywhere, it goes in the net. We're going to game 4. What a win. And Yoruba stay alive. Arriba, Yoruba. And I have to say, that was quite an entertaining game. It gave us everything.
Oof.
That's exactly what we wanted.
What a game that was. At overtime. We all love overtime. I think if you're watching this, who doesn't love an overtime? Maybe not the players. Certainly not the players. I've been in a situation of an overtime in a game, in a series deciding game, and it's not fun, but for us casters and us viewers, we enjoy those things, and Yoruba are on the positive end of this overtime, and they take us to game 4, where they are looking to seal the deal and get us to game 5 in that Champions Field, I'm pretty sure. That is where game 5s and game 7s happen, isn't it?
It is, and it's an exciting place to be. A lot of history. Can seat almost 245,000 people. It's where you want to be. It's where the players who welcome pressure want to be. It's where all the greats make their names. It's where all the most dramatic moments happen in this game. Maybe we will find ourselves there. Until then, we have a game 4. And Yoruba have to play much like they just did in order to make it into the all-elusive Game 5. Do you think they're going to make it there, Dash?
This is a tough one to predict because, well, the map, I love this map. To be fair, I always play well in this map, but is that going to be the same for Yoruba? They're definitely going to be looking to take this game as Jax gets the better end of that 50, but gets a massive boom by Carlitos. Change, getting the beat on Mithril he does in the end. Pressure looking strong already in the first 10 seconds. Demo from Change on Mithril. The demos are definitely looking like they're going to come out now in this game number 4 as Jax gets that mid, but no teammate there to put that ball into the net.
Yeah, Nightfall looking strong on defense again, and Yoruba seemed to have found the answer to Nightfall's defense. They had unlocked the chest there, and they had found 3 goals, which is unheard of for Yoruba in this series so far. As Yoruba gets another one on net, they are starting to connect more and more. They are seeming to be warmed up at this point, and it is very exciting when you see a team that gets dominated a couple of times. That is going to be it! This is all that could have been on, and that would have been something to scream about for sure. But Yoruba looked good here as Change actually gets the ball into the middle. He's going to get the ball back into the middle for Jax, hopefully.
Great pass.
Here he goes, it's in!
Oh,
wow.
They're out
Dash.
now.
They're
out now.
Oh,
They're
there!
looking extremely strong. Change, brilliant pass into the midfield, and Jax puts that one away. I think that might be his first goal of the series. I might be wrong, but maybe his numerous amount of shots has finally come to play, and he has got his goal, and they take the lead inside the first minute. But we know what Nightfall can do. 3 minutes 50 left on the clock. They can get a goal here.
Yep, they absolutely are capable of scoring. Nightfall seems to have gone to sleep. It's now dusk. They've got to wake up, and they are going to quickly find themselves out of this series. The momentum all going Yoruba's way. That's a huge pinch out. As Jax takes over, he has started to play well. He gets a good additional touchdown. And just as I say that, he might have just costed them a goal. He does! We just shouldn't say anything up here in the booth, should we, Dash?
Well, the curse can occur, but that is an unfortunate touch from Jax, and Carlitos kind of worried there. He was like, oh, I've missed his chance, but Mithril, he's there. He's there to put it away. 1-1, 3 minutes 24 left to go. This is so much time for both teams, and especially Yoruba to get a second goal to their name. Change gets the beat. Efficiency down. Boom, and Jax is randomly in the air. I don't know what happened there, but Knife will take the lead.
Well, maybe the mental's starting to play a role here. Jack just realizes I'm out of position. I can't get that. Might have thrown off his teammate going to the corner, and it was awkward enough, but it was pinged well enough as well. My goodness, he hit that from pretty decent ways away there. And Nightfall find themselves potentially up another goal. It's going to be off. Jack's going to have to do something with it. He can't. Just like that, it's 3-1 Nightfall. Just as Yoruba had all the momentum, it is now a series chokehold from Nightfall. Dash. Is there any way back for Yoruba?
Well, first of all, they had the pressure in the first minute, or 30 seconds even, and now they seem to be choking, but like I've said in the series before, 3 minutes on that clock is so much time. 2 goals is definitely possible for Yoruba as Jax takes that shot on net, unable to convert that one. Carlitos high ball to Mithril, he's going to take that shot on net, that could just go in, but Change is that brick wall in defense. Carlitos able to take that shot almost on there, onto the post as Mythics gets that ball high to Change. He's going to get that ball down the line, but an unfortunate beat on Mithril. Change going to have to quickly turn back to that ball and does get the touch. And Nightfall, we're seeing heavy pressure from them in the minute.
Yeah, they are. I think they've got the green light. Anything over half, if Carlitos going, we're staying in on it. And Carlitos has put amazing pressure, and they're starting to rotate the third man out and beyond. But anytime Carlitos at that back wall, it is almost guaranteed to go the way of Nightfall, just as we see here, is possibly going to be in.
No.
Surely in. Nope.
Oof.
And they're alive. Yoruba has life here. A couple of missed opportunities from Nightfall, and we see Yoruba able to still find themselves back in this game. But if something's going to happen for Yoruba, it has to happen fairly soon.
Well, Yoruba, they've got a lot of ground to hold in this minute and 50. Mythics unable to get that shot on net, but like I said, Yoruba, they need to hold their ground. They have a minute and 45 to do it. Nightfall probably, now they've got the 2-goal lead, it's just going to look to hold on. Is Jax gets that air dribble to the right side, trying to look that mid pass. Does get it, but no teammate is there to get it. Mythics out to the left side, enough boost to get that ball to the left side. Change, looking to create something here, goes down the line. 10 boost in the tank, maybe gets a shot on net, and he does. Mythics close to follow that one up. Jax, third man into first man, gets that ball high. Change pre-jumping that ball, that could be a huge mistake from him as Mythics is forced the third man, and that's
there it is. Good call.
Is a mistake from Change.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. The counterattack led by Carlitos all night has been so deadly, that's so fast. You pretty much have about 3 to 5 seconds to get back because it's going to be a shot on net. And it's been absolutely dominating Yoruba, except for about 3 minutes in Game 3 there. It's been all Nightfall, and it's hard to say they don't deserve the win here.
Well, I think Yoruba I've said they need to hold their ground, but they aren't looking like they're holding it at the minute. But Jax could create something here. Almost gets a reset, I mean. Change, unable to get that block on the ball. Mythics controlling that ball, but hits it high into Carlitos, who gets that ball down. Jax following that ball with enough boost, efficiency there to block 2 players. Carlitos almost on the end of that. And 38 seconds left on the clock. This could just go straight to Nightfall, which it seems like it is. Our prediction might just be wrong. But Yoruba have definitely put in a good performance, but not good enough for this extremely strong Nightfall team.
Yeah, Nightfall is definitely going to be a title contender, and I really like this Carlitos guy. This is my first time watching him play. His play style is really fun to watch. It's like he's like a general out there, you know? And a huge chance for Jax! Oh, would have been nice to see him get that A dash.
Yeah, maybe just to close the game at 4-2,
Yeah,
but he's unable to convert it, and that seals the deal for Nightfall. They take this game number 4, and they say, we ain't going game 5, we're having you in game 4, as they go through to the next round, and we say a very, very sad goodbye to Yoruba.
We do, and it's not that it's unfortunate for Yoruba. I think they ran into the better team, and they can sleep sound knowing that. I think one thing that will bother them is that overtime loss or that overtime win. They didn't carry it momentum into the next game very well, which is unfortunate. But I think that's as close as they were going to get, and it took everything out of them. And we see Nightfall taking the victory here and moving on, which is not always a bad thing. If you're Yoruba, it's a bad thing, but Nightfall's probably looking a little bit further into this competition anyways. And Yoruba's going to have to just be happy with the season they had.
Definitely. Well, like you said, Nightfall definitely look like title contenders. As we saw in the mainstream, the first game we saw was Yoruba versus Arena Tribe, and Arena Tribe are apparently ones to also win it as well. So if we ever see Nightfall versus Arena tonight, it will definitely be a great game. But yeah, like I said, brilliant performance from Nightfall. They definitely, I would say, deserve to take this series as they move to the next round. And it's a shame for Yoruba because they looked pretty strong when they won that game, and they just couldn't carry the momentum, could they?
No, I think they actually gave Nightfall a harder shot than some of the other teams are probably going to give them. So maybe this is a moment we'll look back on and be like, what if Yoruba didn't have to play Nightfall so early? That's one thing I think they could say. But at the end of the day, it's not about finishing second; it's about finishing first, and that's what Nightfall's out here to do.
Exactly. Well, they might do it tonight. We'll see as this stream goes on, the B stream goes on, and the main stream goes on. So all I'm going to say is stay tuned, as games coming your way are they are going to be very, very good. As I'm seeing in the chat, Lagarde did get that prediction right, 3-1 Nightfall. So they go through, and Yoruba we say goodbye to. But well played, Yoruba, and well played, Nightfall. You advance to the next round. So from here on, who do you think, from what you've seen, could win this rival title?
My goodness, the way Nightfall looked today, just with what you said, how amazing simplicity is in Rocket League. It's not about how many flip resets you can do. It's not about how complicated can you make the game. It's how easy can you make it look, right? How hard is it for you to beat teams with your speed and with everything? And that's what I saw today. I saw Nightfall able to make the simple plays, and it just was so hard to play against. So you know what? I already chose against Nightfall once here. I'm not doing it again. I'm taking Nightfall to go all the way here.
To be honest, I think I agree with you, as they take the 3-1 in Yoruba, and now they go through to play Erebos in match 14, the lower semi-final. As I don't know much about Erebos, but I probably will take Nightfall in that matchup. So Nightfall, they could go all the way here. And I think in the upper bracket we have Disorder versus Arena Tribe. Arena Tribe, I saw on mainstream, they looked pretty strong. That 385 MS guy was on fire. But I think without further ado, we will see you either on the B stream or the main stream, wherever you want to tune, with our next rival games, because you are in for an absolute treat. These games are going to be on fire.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets there. So stay tuned, and that's it for Dash and Sir Winalot here, and we'll see you guys soon.
Peace.
Frederico, we've got him. Ay, fresh off the boat on the dope, You said you rap that. shows, yeah. I'm making plays coast to coast, yeah. I keep my moves on the low, ay. iPhone 6-digit code. How I stack up with my bros, yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't you like to know? And I'm back up on the scene, tryna stack up for the cream. Pockets busting at the seams, you don't know what I mean. Get there, I say with my green. I see people tryna scheme. It don't got a red stripe, but you know my flow supreme. Yo, diamonds I need on my wrist. Ay, nobody sounding like this. Ay, don't even know how you got to the top. I send you to the abyss. Ay, I shoot shot, don't miss. Ay, I move out with wrist. Ay, all these other rappers probably tryna sound like this. Yo, ay, where the dope at? Yeah, they shoot at me just like Kodak. Ay, got a problem, tell them hold that. Just run the city, boy, I thought you know that. How we make a way without a boat? Wait, how? He got all the keys and all the dope. All the dope, tell them keep that respect though. Give me the check though, and I say perfecto. Ay, got the hustle from my pops, man, I got so many keys, got the whole city on lock. You should worry about yourself, why you staying on my jock? Can't stop, even UPS can't put me in a box, yeah, yeah. Shawty said it's a bop, about to play this in a drop top, cruising down the block, yo, acting like the man, but we both know that you not. I got hops, watch me ball, hear the swishing with my shot, wet, me I'm on top already, give me that guap, I'm ready, got drive and dready, throw cash, confetti, give me that ice like Yeti, hate but they had not met me, but they ain't bringing me down, no, I'm too up right now, I private meeting, check the dough lot. This cool, but my next single is more hot. I did all the shows in my city, I was busy. Yeah, now I'm taking over your block. Ay, where the dope at? Yeah, they shoot at me just like Kodak. Ay, got a problem, tell them hold that. Just run the city, boy, I thought you know that. How we make a way without a boat? Wait, how? He got all the keys and all the dope. All the dope, tell them keep that respect though. Give me the check though, and I say perfecto. life, yeah, it's meant to be. Got you feeling stuck in that rut life. Now you tryna be my friend. It's always fake love in the end. I don't wanna be your friend. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a text, said they're proud of me. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a track, now they're proud of me. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a text, say they're proud of me. Woke up to a text, say they're proud of me. Say they're proud of me.
To the prom night, high school, I might get it. I can't leave till I just finish. You're too drunk to drive me home, so let's stay up and let's not go. I said, shawty, break it down for me if I have to. I'll be stuck with an F cause my paper passed due. And I remember when we met inside that first classroom. We would cheat, we would ditch, we would kiss after school. High school, I might get it. I can't leave till I just finish. I'm too drunk to drive you home, so let's stay out and let's not go.
Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a text, said they're proud of me. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a track, now they proud of me. Everyone in high school doubted me. Woke up to a text, say they're proud of me. Woke up to a text, say they're proud of me. Say they're proud of me.
I wish we would have never met. I try to run, but there's always a doubt on my head. I'll take these strings, I'll throw them out, but forget they're on my shoes. The laces on my shoes. The laces on my shoes. You call my phone, I decline. Your messages don't reply, girl. We try, we fight, it never ends. I know I'm right, so no amends. And I want you to be okay, but I don't wanna stay. And you know it's the end, I don't want it to hurt, but I want you to know that I wish we would have never met. I try to run, but there's always a doubt on my head. I'll take these strings, I'll throw them out,
bracket here, as I said, they came down. So I think what we're saying is Nightfall. Obviously, if you watched the stream just before, Nightfall looked extremely strong against Yoruba. We said goodbye to Yoruba, who were also strong. So, in terms of predictions, who are you taking, Merits?
We'll actually get on to that a little bit later, but we're just going to discuss what we've seen. Erebos, yes, they got swept by Disorder, but they bounced back and they took down Urinum in 3 games. But now we're going to see a little bit of the head-to-head stats between both teams. Dash, what can you pick up between them?
Well, as we see, Erebos finished first in their conference, 47 wins to Nightfall's 43. So coming into this matchup, they look better on the stats, but the streams before we've seen Nightfall been looking very strong, and I think in front of us we're gonna have a really good game, to be honest. So from looking at the stats, it looks obviously from hindsight you think, all right, Mitre Hades, better stats, they've finished better, they've got more goals in them, but it could go Nightfall because they've been playing brilliant as we see the stats in front of us.
Yep, and we're looking at the individual players in each team, the difference makers, you could call them. And I'm pointing out Slimy over on Erebos, 68 games, 55 goals, 44 assists. That's about 99 goal contributions in his games. That's about 1.5 per game if you're taking the average. And 90 saves as well. So definitely doing his fair share of the defensive carrying. But looking over at Nightfall, catching my eye is Mithril, 72 goals in 68 games and 115 saves on top of that.
I did note that last series, 115 saves, and he is definitely up that from last series. He was saving a lot of shots coming from Yoruba. But yeah, Nightfall, they look strong, their stats look strong. But if you go over to Erebos, Slimy, most games, Galaxy 53, goals coming from Galaxy, a heavy amount of 64, saves coming from Slimy, 90. So looking on the side of Nightfall, they look stronger in terms of their individual stats, but in front of us is definitely a series we are not going to want to miss because predictions, they can go anywhere.
We're getting into crunch time in this playoffs, but before we can see any of the action, we have to go for our predictions. Dash, what do you think? Well, how do you think this series will pan out?
Well, from what I saw last series, Nightfall, they looked really strong on offense. Now, I've not watched much of Erebos. I've only watched a few series of theirs in league play, and they looked pretty decent defensively. So whether Nightfall's offense can cater down that defense, I don't know. That we'll have to see in this series. But Erebos, I've seen their defense. I've not seen much of their offense, but they could prove me wrong. They could turn around and storm their way through this series and go into, I'm pretty sure, the lower final. So we'll have to see. I voted 3-2 on Erebos, but you've gone the opposite way, Merits.
I have. I've been a bit contrarian to you. I've taken Nightfall in that game 5. We both agree it's going to be very close, but I just see Nightfall pipping it. They won Rival last season, obviously with a different roster. So will they go do the repeat? That's what we're here to find out. They're only 3 series away because you have this series, the lower final, and then the grand final, and then the bracket reset. So it's actually 4 series that they still have to go for. So it's going to be a long evening for whoever wins this series, but we should be almost ready to kick off the action in this lower semi-final. Let's tell the players to get themselves going. Dash, why don't you take us away to start of this series?
I certainly will. I am glad to take you on this game number 1 in the very prestigious Manfield Night, one of my favourite maps, as we kick off game number 1, as we're in for a very intriguing series. Mithril takes the better end of that 50. Slimy getting the better end of that 50. Able to take that ball down the right side. Efficiency getting that slight touch to the left. Ivelios, high ball, maybe looking for that pinch on the wall. Gets it middle, but Mithril able to put that out. Ivelios looking for 50s. Does get the 50 on Mithril as Mithril tries to get that just down the line. Able to get that one. Galaxy, high ball onto the backboard. Almost getting that ball on net, but double taps it over to the other side, and Erebos looking pretty strong in a minute.
Yeah, but only 30 seconds gone. This game is still young. And now Nightfall getting their first shot of the game. A little bit of a double whiff. But Velios gets it clear for now. And another demo coming through from Mr. Efficiency, making sure that no attacks can be progressed, but Velios doing just that. He does get past the first man, and Slimy will be able to follow up, and Galaxy shoots, comes off the post, and a little bit of pinball action between the teammates. That one was also very close, but Nightfall able to slow down the play here. Seen the first minute of action, no goals just yet. Not really any big opportunities for either team, a lot of whiffing, and maybe they're just testing the waters of their opponents. But surely we'll see the gameplay start to settle down a little bit. See there, big clear coming through at 9, Mr. Efficiency. Gonna try and be a little bit efficient with this play, but Galaxy is gonna cut out almost instantly. But Nightfall does get away for now.
Well, both teams should be warmed up at this stage, considering the time, as we still have a 0-0 game inside the first minute and 40. Slimy getting bumped backwards into his own net, has a 100 boost. Might go for this ball, which he will, but leaves it as Carlitos doesn't get the best touch out to the left. Galaxy taking control, gets the flick over Carlitos, gets that ball, almost ball past Efficiency, but Ivelios forced to make that block, missing the ball on the wall. Efficiency slowing down the play, like we've seen Nightfall do a bit so far in this game number 1. Mithril taking that shot high to Ivelios, who clears that out left side. Mithril, big boom on Slimy, but Ivelios taking that ball down the line, looking to create a chance to Galaxy. He puts it in midfield. Carlitos able to get that ball on the wall and take it to Mithril.
Yep, when we've seen half the game gone, still goalless. Both teams really yet to test their opposition, but here comes Mithril now. He can get past one. Nice Slimy trying to rebuild. He's just going to send it away downfield. Carlitos is there to intervene. I believe he was actually one of the rival winners last season for Nightfall, and he's good to see him still on the roster, trying to lead the way to a second trophy in 2 seasons for the Shadow franchise. But it's definitely going to be a tough test against this Erebos roster. They're pressuring the backboard just now. Ivelios with the bounce shot's going to have the crossbar. Mithril pinches it off of his own crossbar, and Ivelios does get there to open the scoring. It took a couple of minutes, 3 minutes in fact, and it was a very major mistake there from Mithril, and Ivelios is the one to open the scoring.
Well, like I say in almost every series I cast, 2 minutes and 5 seconds in a Rocket League game lasts forever, so enough time for Nightfall to bounce back. They definitely can, as we've seen in the series they've played, not just in league play, but tonight, as you know, they've been looking really strong as Mr. Efficiency has the chance here. Mithril trying to get the bump on Galaxy. Jewel tries to do his best to get that save, but that goes in the bottom right corner of his net, and the game is level. Enough time.
Yep, the floodgates are well and truly open now. Mr. Efficiency goes all the way downfield, coast to coast, you could say. And Galaxy is left in the 1v2. He had to dodge the bump and get the save. He was able to do one, but not the other. You see a tied game once again. Ivelios going low there. Mr. Efficiency, the goal scorer, getting that save. Now Mithril trying to slow things down, but the 50 goes across to the middle. Scored back to the corner. Now pressure really ramping up towards this final minute and a half of game number 1. It's been a lot of Erebos possession for now, but really haven't done much with it. It's a little bit of a squandered opportunity there, but now here's Galaxy in that Sonic's decal and the Fennec trying to get things forward. He does find his way to that one from Ivelios, but to no avail for now. Mr. Efficiency, not much done with the ball there. Slimy sending it away for now. Carlitos just going to pop it back up to the opposition there. Ivelios trying to go all the way. He gets it past the last man. And Galaxy is there. And the lead is back in Might of Hades' hands.
Getting capitalised. Ivelios. Brilliant ball into the midfield. And Galaxy says, I'll take that one. And he puts it top right. And they take a 1-goal lead, 2-1 to Erebos. There is enough time though for Nightfall to maybe grab a goal with 53 seconds left. Ivelios gets the beat on Mithril, and as I say that just could be straight in the net. As Ivelios says, we're going to narrow this down a little bit more, and it's 3-1 to Erebos.
We love a little bit of caster curse, don't we, Dash?
We do.
You just had to ruin Nightfall's game 1 by saying that. But still, 48 seconds, it is not a huge amount of time, but definitely enough to try and mount something. But Galaxy trying to go by himself. Can he get the second touch? He does. Just can't get low enough. But Ivelios able to keep the pressure on. Scored 2 of the 3 for Erebus so far. Very big performance from him. But Galaxy, his right-hand man so far, getting the other goal and I believe an assist as well. But Velios trying to add a 4th there in the closing seconds. But Carlitos will get the save. Nice Slimy trying to go by himself, but runs out of boost before he can make a real impact on that play. Now Carlitos does get it down the line a bit, but Galaxy more than happy just run in the seconds here, getting it downfield, using all of his boost to do so, and I don't think much can be done in this scenario except another goal. Slimy finally getting his name on the score sheet to finish off this first game.
Puts this game to bed as we see a 4-1 result for Erebos Nightfall. Oh, they look the opposite team to what I saw. Erebos 11 shots, Galaxy with 5, and comparing to Nightfall's only 4 shots, completely opposite to what I see in the last series, is Carlitos isn't fast enough to get that ball, and Erebos take game number 1 very comfortably, Merits.
Very comfortably indeed, and it was an MVP performance from Avelios, 495 points. 2 of the goals, he got a brace and an assist, along with 2 saves, and about that 50% shooting mark, so definitely, you know, he could be shooting a little bit better, but he's shooting well enough to take this game dominantly. And also, over on the mainstream, this is not the only game going on right now. It's the upper final between the starter and Arena Tribe, and I can tell you it's 1-1 in game number 2, but Arena Tribe did take the first one. I'm pretty sure it's a very convincing scoreline, but as everyone here is some way affiliated with the Symbiotes franchise, it's not something that we quite like to see. But looking back at this one, what do you think is going to happen in game 2, Dash?
Well, from my experience, Nightfall definitely need a bit of a shape-up. Now, we know that timeouts are a thing in playoffs, and we know that teams can take them. So, Erebos, they're looking strong. They looked strong in game 1. We go to Forbidden Temple. They're going to be looking to definitely take game number 2 because they don't want to give them games. Nightfall definitely want those games, but the way Erebos have played in that game number 1, they look extremely strong as we start game number 2, Merits.
Yep, and it's a decent kickoff for Nightfall. Gives them possession, a little bit of time. That's a very nice fake from Mr. Efficiency. He's trying to want more, but he just pushes his luck a little bit too much, and Carlitos has to settle for a pretty dodgy clear, and Nightfall there having to do the rest of the dirty work to get that one away. Now Galaxy using all of his boost to maintain possession, can't go the way himself, so Velios will back him up, in the shot isn't quite good enough to test that defense well and truly. And now Carlitos on the stealing of about 28 boost. Instead, it's going to find his teammate in Myfrog to keep the attack flowing for now. Here's Galaxy, however. 58 goes to the side, and it's been so far a pretty much a stalemate at the start of this game. That could very quickly change. Carlitos not able to find the net, and no one there from Nightfall to follow up. And that could have been a very early start for Nightfall, but it just didn't quite come to them.
Well, a minute gone, and it is goalless at the minute in game number 2, but as I say that, it could almost make 1 to Nightfall, as pressure has been pretty even on both sides in the minute. As Erebos have that advantage right now. Ivelios looking to put that ball midfield, he does. Galaxy turning away from that ball, because he knows efficiency will beat him. Slimy getting that mid-pass, Galaxy faster than Carlitos, actually going to be on the backboard. Mithril misses the touch. Who's going to take that shot? Ivelios, and he slots that one away in the left middle of the goal.
Yep, his 3rd goal of the series so far, and the first one in game number 2, giving Erebos the lead after about a minute and a half. The game is still young though, however, and Nightfall, they've had their fair share of chances to start off this one, but none were dispatched of, and when Erebos finally got there, they slotted it home to make it 1-0, and Carlitos! I never knew he was playing for Erebos before the playoffs, but clearly he has, and he's just unveiled it by slotting one into the top middle of his own net to add to their advantage almost instantly.
Well, I think we both know, Merits, that he was probably trying to get the beat on the player, but unfortunately we don't see that often, and he puts it in his own net. So 2-0 to Erebos, they have a double advantage, as this could be 3. Galaxy almost makes it 3. double commit coming out from both players though. Mithril out to the left side. Slimy knows it's going there. Tries to put that ball mid. Carlitos beating Ivelios, but unable to get that on target. Galaxy done well to get that ball down the line, but unfortunate backflip on the wall. Efficiency putting that ball high to create pressure to the Erebos side. Putting that ball mid. Carlitos is there. Great block from Galaxy as Erebos are just locking and blocking these players out.
Nightfall yet to break their own personal deadlock in this one, and it's been half the game so far. They've had their fair share of chances, but their fair share actually has not come just yet. Galaxy trying to build up an attack in the 50, does go over to the boys' side. Mr. Efficiency can only settle for a 50, and Avelios beats out Carlitos, and he gets a second touch. It was on target, but Mithril adequately prepared for that one. That would have definitely been a highlight reel play had it come off in that one. And in an environment like this, it would have been an absolutely incredible shot. He's trying to go for another one. It does find its way on net once more, but it doesn't go in. Slimy with the follow-up hits the post. Nightfall getting away for now. Mr. Efficiency trying to stay on it, but Avelios, he's been up and down the field so far for Erebos this season. The series, rather. I'm sure he has been this season as well. I can't get my words out right now. But Mithril making the stop, and here's Avelios once more in the skies, but Mithril is there to meet him. Galaxy trying to find Slimy in field, but to no avail, and now Carlitos coming down the field. Slimy no clear from him, and now Mithril does put on net. The shot's a little bit too weak, and time is running out for Nightfall Dash.
Well, time is running out, but the shots are coming in from Nightfall, and as I say that, great shot from Ivelios, but great save from Carlitos. As Galaxy takes that shot almost on the net, hits the right post. Slimy trying to keep this pressure up. Ivelios, the last man, gets it over one. Able to 50 that into his own half though, but Mithril gets that shot on the post. Unfortunately again, Galaxy, a very vital touch above himself to get that shot onto his own crossbar and not in the back of the net.
Yep, and now we're inching towards the final moments of the second game, and it looks like it's going to be Erebos who will come out on top, but you never quite know in this beautiful game of Rocket League how it will go until the ball has touched the ground the final time, as this could be the start of a comeback. Mr. Efficiency trying to do it himself, but Galaxy smothers it. Now Carlitos back on the ball, he's trying to slow things down, gets into the middle, and now Mithril trying to do it all himself. He has the world to beat, and isn't quite able to do so. As now the clock ticking down, and Erebos will be more than happy to let the seconds pass by. It's a big mistake on the back line, and Galaxy gets it away emphatically to surely end this game number 2 and put themselves into triple match point in the war semi-final, trying to book their ticket into that war final where they will face the loser of Disorder versus Arena Tribe. Currently 1-1 in the series. Disorder was able to tie it up. Let's see there. Erebos taking game number 2, and Galaxy with the MVP performance, assisting both of Avelios' goals and getting a Saviour Award, 3 saves to his name. And Erebos now on match point.
Really strong, really strong from Erebos that game. Maybe an incoming timeout from Nightfall, we don't know yet, but if they're down in game 2, they might consider it, but they've already up, so maybe not. But yeah, focusing on game number 2, Erebos again, extremely strong. I don't think Nightfall are going to take this timeout, and they might just keep going. They might have to change either the mental or the physical state of their game. But as we look at these stats in front of us, or not in front of you, but in front of us, 574 points for Galaxy, an MVP performance, almost carrying his team, as he gets no goals, but he does get a few saves and assists. But moving on to game number 3, where Erebos have the chance to sweep the very strong Nightfall we've seen in the past few streams. Can they do it?
Not calling the timeout was bold, especially when you're 2-0 down and only scoring 1 goal in 10 minutes of play. So clearly they must be confident in themselves, but I think if you're in this scenario, you've got to take the timeout for that little bit more time to think things over But you know, we're not the players, so we really have no say over what they do. This game number 3 is already underway, and in the first 20 seconds, it's all Erebus once again. Slimy trying to find a teammate in the middle, but Mr. Efficiency will be quick to get that one out. And now here's Carlitos trying to slow things down, but he's in the skies now, and he's trying to go all the way with it. He dunks on Galaxy and gives Nightfall the leads.
Well, maybe their timeout. They really didn't need it because whatever is going on in that VC might just be working as Carlitos slams that ball against Galaxy and manages to get it in his net. So they take the lead 1-0 with 30 seconds gone. And they're looking pretty strong at the minute. A goal to take the lead as Efficiency gets that ball high to Galaxy, who's able to get that ball out to Ivelios, who gets a nice bang onto the wall. Maybe he can redirect in the goal. He almost can. That hits the right post as Erebos definitely looked aside to just completely contrast this incredible offense from both teams. Galaxy onto that left wall, looking for Ivelios, but he gets beat by Carlitos. Slimy, a lot of space to deal with here. Not the best touch out to the corner. 50 from Galaxy, who gets it down. Slimy able to take that shot on net, but Mithril an easy clear out to his left side.
Yep, and as you say that, Galaxy finds the net to tie things up. Only took about 40 seconds to muster up a response. It was a very poor clear from Nightfall. They're just banging against the side walls, not taking into account Eldoland right in the path of Galaxy. Has been very prolific so far, not quite as prolific as Valios is. He's outscored Galaxy, but I'm sure they'll be happy nonetheless to find the net early on and give themselves as much time as possible to create a lead once again. And a little bit of a fake coming out from Mr. Efficiency. Not sure how intentional it was, but it works nonetheless. That solo play doesn't amount to anything. Mr. Efficiency using all of his boost. He's not been very efficient with the boost, pardon the pun, but you know that they're still in this game. It's a very young game. Galaxy trying to go all the way by himself. He's caught between a rock and a hard place, still able to get the shot on net, but it was saved for now. Galaxy here with boost once more, just trying to get away from his own side of the field, but not much was done with it. Now Carlitos shooting into an open net, will hit the crossbar for now. Now it is Nightfall seeming to start to wake up in this series. He swept Uranum on, I believe, the mainstream last series. They haven't really shown the same performance.
Not really, but they have 2 minutes and 37 left to maybe show that performance. It is a tied game, so again, it can go any way. But at the minute, Erebos looking strong in defense, like I said at the start. Maybe not now, as there's a double commit and they miss. Mithril can turn quick on this, unable to get that ball on target, as that, unfortunately, doesn't result in a goal that they might have needed in this stage of the game. Ivelios gets that 50 into the middle. Efficiency down the right side, able to get that shot on net. Slimy's going to get that touch and that save to the left side. And Erebos, they're doing pretty well to keep this ball out of their net.
Really trying to close out this series in 3 to advance to the war final. It would put them 6-0 in the last 2 series, and that'll give them a great deal of momentum coming into that war final. But Nightfall is trying to take that away from them. Mr. Efficiency gets it into the middle, but Avelios is the quickest of the bunch to get that one away. Now Mifro kind of misjudging that bounce, but he does get past 2. And now Galaxy against the whole of the Nightfall back line, and Galaxy ends it off with a backflip, and Mifro goes all the way from his own side of the field to give Nightfall the lead once again. With about 90 seconds to go, it's going to be a tight affair to close out the series now.
That is unfortunate. Is it a backflip in a game like this is the most unfortunate thing that can happen to you. Well, Nightfall, they take a 2-1 lead now, 1 minute 20 left. Can they hold this 2-1 lead? Do they want to go for more goals to seal that deal, or do they want to hold back and just hold this 2-1 lead that they currently have, almost making that 3-1 like I said? Galaxy picking up that boost, maybe taking control of this ball, gets it past Carlitos as Ivelios unable to get it past Mithril. Slimy, a bit of space to work with, doesn't use it though. It's Galaxy, quite awkward. It does get the better touch and the second better touch. Carlitos downfield, Slimy forced to make that high ball as Galaxy just has to get that ball over the player to not let that become 3-1. Ivelios gets the beat, and as I say that, they tied the game. 42 seconds left. Ivelios, brilliant second touch over efficiency as he rushes in a little bit too fast, Merits.
Yeah, but now it's tied up, approaching the final 30 seconds. Erebos eager to get this done and dusted so they can move on and focus on the bigger picture, which is taking the rival tier. And looking at this performance so far, I wouldn't really put it past them to do so. But Nightfall doing everything in their power to prevent that from happening for as long as they possibly can. We're approaching the final few seconds here. Carlitos gets it past one. Mithril can't quite get past Velios, but it's going to find its way into the middle. A little bit of a cluster there in the corner. Now Mithril has the opponent to shoot at, but he decides to shoot at the crossbar. And Mr. Efficiency taking the same route. Clearly not been doing your shooting packs that you're meant to be doing every day when you warm up. So that could have got you a game win. That bump nearly comes through. It looks like we might be going to overtime on Sovereign Heights. And Galaxy confirms it. Dash, who do you think is going to take this one?
Well, Nightfall certainly had the million, you could say, chances in that last few seconds. They couldn't take a goal. Carlitos almost takes that one. So Velios gets the better. 50, putting that ball mid. Galaxy might take a shot, and he does! Almost seals the 3-0 sweep, but Mithril is there to stop that happening. As Slimy gets the better touch, gets the flick. Galaxy unable to do much with it though, as Slimy takes Carlitos' boost. He's not fast enough. Ivelios looking for the demo, gets the demo. Galaxy probably going to look to put this ball mid. He does. None of his teammates are there, and it is looking shaky for Nightfall at the minute.
Yeah, but we've seen about the first 30 seconds. Vortim and Erebos are back in control. In contrary to what we saw in regular time, Galaxy trying to end it off with foot reset. I thought Nitro was going to shoot in his own net, I'll be honest with you, but he does get away. Now Carlitos trying to build things up. He gets it past two. Can he get it past Garrett? Because they know he can't. But Mithril is able to. Now one's going to bounce over the middle. Big, bad clear. And that one's going to bounce off the crossbar. And now Avelios, no boost. Can't just get away for now though. Here's Galaxy. It's just going to, a little bit of a pull touch there. But now Mr. Efficiency can't get past that brick wall. His name is Avelios. He's up and down the field. He's scoring. He's saving. He's doing everything in between. He's keeping Erebos in this overtime for now. We've seen 90 seconds, no goals. But Mr. Efficiency trying to change that. Carlitos hits the post. And it's away for now. Nightfall come ever closer.
I think the luck might just be on Erebos' side at the minute. No goals can come from Nightfall, but as I say that, it could be the Caster's curse. Almost. Mithril puts that one in the back of the net, but does get the demo on Slimy. He's trying to create a space. They've had so many chances in this overtime as Galaxy almost goes through the whole defence, looking to get that bump on Mithril. Unable to get it. As wow, this is really back and forth in a minute. Nightfall unable to take their loads and lots of chances into goals to maybe get this to game 4. But Galaxy taking that ball high, going to the back ball. Can he get the double? No. Slimy turns away from the ball. Avelios probably looking to control the ball here. Does control the ball. Gets the 50 left. Taking the boost. Probably looking for solo play, but doesn't get the best touch onto the backboard. Efficiency. Breaking out fast. Uses all his boost too, but isn't able to do much with it.
Until then.
Every time I speak and stop, look what happened.
Yep, and I'm sure Stingy in chat won't be the happiest with that play as Carlitos sends us to Beckwith Park for another game of Rocket League in the series Nightfall. They're not gonna give everything to Erebos. They're still gonna put up a challenge. And now they are potentially in the beginning of a reverse sweep, and it's Carlitos scoring a brace and leading his team to that victory in overtime to give them an extra life in this series, Dash.
Well, that game is just it just shows how close these two teams are. I mean, Erebos have been class so far, but Nightfall, the amount of chances they had in the last closing seconds and the overtime just shows that they probably deserve this win, which takes us to game 4. And yeah, Erebos, they had 10 shots to their name. Nightfall had 11, so a heavy shot game. But not many goals to kind of say that.
Yep, and it was about in the 2.5 minute overtime. And Airbus, they did all they could, but it was all in vain. They shot 10, but Nightfall shot 11 in that one. And they just pipped out that victory. Now, into game number 4. Could this be the end, or will we go to Champions Field for the last series on the B stream for the rival playoffs? We're about to find out. Will the kickoff go Erebus's way at will? And Slimy not able to get on the score sheet so far this series, trying to do it himself, but it was just cleared away. Instead, Ivelios trying to lead the attack. Galaxy trying to redirect it towards net, but unable to do so. Slimy sends it to the backboard, trying to find a bump, but instead it's only going to go into the path of Mithril, who's trying to go all the way by himself. But Galaxy knocks it into the corner. Pressure still on. Mr. Efficiency goes low, forces a double commit, but is cleared away in the end. And 30 seconds come and gone in this one. And I think Nightfall have had the better of the pressure. That could have been a goal. Carlitos gets it away for now, and starting to see Erebus wake up a little bit and get some chances. And that's a very good one. But saved again by Carlitos.
Great saves coming from Carlitos at the minute in the first minute of game number 4. Huge shots coming out from Erebus at the minute. Galaxy gets that ball onto the wall, looking to put that one mid. Mithril awkwardly touches onto his backboard. Efficiency forced to help him out there, but does have enough boost to put that left. Galaxy sees Ivelios in his rear sight, putting that ball left. As Ivelios gets a brilliant block there. Mithril forced to take this ball left, grabbing the boost, taking his time. Gets the 50 high into midfield. Efficiency doesn't want to turn for that, leaving the ball for Ivelios, who gets the beat on Carlitos and the pinch downwards. But not much he can do for that unfortunate touchdown into the midfield.
Well, we're in a little bit of a stalemate in this one. Over on the A stream, the Surder are 6-1 up in game 4. They're down 2-1 in the series. So they are pretty much confirmed to go into Champions Field over on the main stream. And we could have one of our own on the B stream. But still goalless in this one. It's Erebus with quite a bit of pressure. Galaxy full boost in the tank, takes his guys, lands on the wall and does get into the middle. Carlitos lying in wait, does get away, and now Mithril up to make contact, but he does knock it past one. Slimy sending it towards net. Mr. Efficiency taking no prisoners with that clear. That bounce could be beneficial. Carlitos redirects it towards net, but Galaxy is more than adequately prepared for that one. Pass comes through from Ivelios. It is towards net, but not threatening enough. This one could be pretty threatening though. Does get the demo, but net is open. Not for much longer. Slimy keeps it goalless with half the game gone until then the Caster strikes one more and Carlitos scores.
Well, that could be maybe the only goal we see in this game, because this game is looking pretty goalless despite the many chances we've seen so far. Carlitos makes it 1-0. My voice is going, it appears to be, but 2 minutes 25 left on this clock. Loads and loads of time for Erebus to bounce back, as Galaxy could make that happen. Goes for the solo play, but unable to put that in the net. Slimy forward, but Carlitos gets the boom forward, doesn't get that second touch. Galaxy probably going for this ball, gets the 50 high. Erebus doing all they can at the minute to hold this pressure, because they want a goal back. They have enough time to do it. Mithril high ball into the centre. Galaxy forced to get that ball left. Slimy missing the touch, but does kind of fake out Mr. Efficiency. Galaxy probably going for the touch here, doesn't get the second. Erebus piping up this pressure, as that is now opposite in the other half of the field. Mithril almost puts that into the net, and 1 minute 40 left on the clock, and Erebus have the chance to score still.
Yep, and approaching the last 90 seconds, Erebus chasing a 1-goal game, and they're trying to do all they can, but that pinch could be detrimental. Galaxy does get back to it, but it allows the pressure to keep on. Carlitos spins towards net, bump nearly coming through, but Galaxy does pull through with the save, and they're not out of the woods yet. No clear off the backboard. Galaxy forced to intervene, gets it away, and the double tap to keep Nightfall out, but now they need to get in to the attacking flow. They're quickly sent away. Now Velios, no boost, opting for the pinch. That one's going to fly over the middle of the net, but Slimy gets it away, and about 60 boost in the tank He is just gonna opt get it downfield. Now Galaxy bumps out of the way. Now Mithral and out clear away, but Galaxy intercepts. It's a tame shot, however, and it's big whiff from Slimy. Now Avelios trying to work some more magic. He gets on the backboard. It's gonna bounce its way down. Misread, and Slimy, all he can do is just tap it away. But the ball is still in Airboss's possession. Got 30 seconds left. Will Nightfall hold on, Dash?
You say
Okay.
that, but Galaxy
Oh my
almost
god, what a save!
doubles into the net, and it's a great save by Carlitos. He has been saving absolutely everything today from Erebos. Slimy misses that ball. That could be crucial. Avelios forced to make that ball to the left. Galaxy not really aerialing to that ball as a clock really fast ticks down, and that means Merits. Where are we
Game
going?
5. Champions Field. We've already had one Champions Field appearance on the A stream, and we will be following suit thanks to a Carlitos masterclass. 616 points, the only goal in this one, and 5 saves on top of that. Just describe how influential that performance was.
Carlitos, that is incredible. 5 saves, almost as much as their shots from Erebos. So Carlitos, you could say, an absolute brick wall in defence for Nightfall that game. So, like we said earlier, they didn't need the timeout because they've took it to game 5. Erebos were 2-0 up, and they have the chance to get reverse swept, which is what every single team in every tier in this stage certainly doesn't want. So Nightfall are definitely going to be on the, I'd say, the better mental end of this game 5, because Erebos are going to be questioning, how have they just lost this 2-0 lead?
But after game 2, I thought my prediction was done for, but Nightfall, they fought their way back, and it's my bad for doubting them, saying that they needed timeout, because clearly they've gone and put the words back into my mouth. Because now we're here in Champions Field, all the RLCS winners looming over the field. But who will add to the RSC list of champions? One of these teams will get one step closer to doing so. Game 5 is underway, Dash.
Here we go. Champions Field. Everyone's favourite as Mithril is almost the first to get the goal inside the stadium. Unable to, as Galaxy is there to save it. No boost to do much, but just get a little touch. But Carlitos knows it's coming to him. Slimy, huge boom down to the left corner. Mr. Efficiency taking that under control. Does get demoed by Slimy. Galaxy might look for the double here. He's going to get it. Almost gets a triple. Nivelios can't put that in the back of the net. And instantly Erebos look very threatening on the offense. As I say that, Nivelios almost takes a shot on net. Galaxy then puts his shot on net. And it's already 1-0.
Electric start from Erebos. They say maybe you took 2 games, but we're here when it matters most. And Galaxy certainly is, because he grabs the first goal in this game 5. It only took about 36 seconds to do so. Avelios getting a good kickoff, trying to add to the lead early on. Galaxy getting the 50, forcing Carlitos to just tip it away. Slimy trying to put it towards net, unable to do so. Mithral gets it away. Well, now Galaxy trying to slow things down, but Carlitos does end up with the ball in the end, and he's trying to get over a defender, but unable to. And Galaxy will get the shot on net. He adds a second, and he's trying to put the nails in the coffin before the funeral starts.
I like that, Merits. That's a very good statement there. But yeah, Galaxy, he's got his brace in game number 5, the biggest game of all in a series like this, and there's a minute gone, and it's already 2. So Erebos sitting pretty at the minute as Galaxy maybe looking for 3 here, but does get bumped by Mithril. Avelios could make it 3, almost does. He hits the post. Big demo coming from Mr. Efficiency on Galaxy. They could capitalise here, but Galaxy quick to bounce back after his respawn.
Nightfall starting to wake up a little bit, getting the ball in the orange half, but Slimy eating up those 50s to try and keep it out of harm's way, but so it's not going to last for much longer. But Avelios does find Galaxy downfield. Now they can rebuild and attack once again, but Mithral does get it all the way clear. That one will go back into the middle. Now Carlitos, he scored the only goal in game 4, and he's trying to add some more magic to this Nightfall side, but he isn't able to do much. And Mithral as well can only shoot it in to the two defenders. Seen the first 2 minutes of this final game come and go, and it's Airboss with a pretty comfortable lead, but Slimy
Jesus.
nearly putting that in jeopardy. But still 2-0 for now. Or have I spoke too soon? I have. I'm just cursed at this point. Like, I am a living curse,
Don't
Dash.
speak. Just don't speak, mate. Sometimes, it's hard because as a caster, you have to say things, but sometimes you just don't say them at the right time. And a goal comes out from Nightfall. Mithril gets that one, as 2 minutes 44 is left on the clock. Nightfall are still in it. They only need one goal, but now they almost need two, and they do need two. As Galaxy gets his hat trick, and he says, "You've just scored, but you're gonna have to get two now." So, Erebos, they've instantly bounced back, and they've got the 2-0 lead.
Well, it appears I'm not the only one that's cursed, Dash. You're
It's just
talking about how
so
close Nightfall was, but Airboss has really just put the words back out, making you eat your words, because now Slimy trying to add more to what could turn very easily into a blowout. But Nightfall won't be quick to give up. Galaxy adds a fourth, and what job it is! 4 goals, 1 save, and 1 ticket into the lower final for Erebos, please, sir. Because they are well on their way to the lower final.
My prediction might just be becoming a reality. Galaxy is putting on a hell of a performance. 4 goals. He is on an absolute masterclass at the minute in Game 5. And certainly, like you said, when he needs to do it most, because they had a 2-0 lead, and they've let it get to 2-2. But this could just be 3-2 to them, and my prediction might just be right, as this could almost be 5 from Ivelios, but unable to convert that into a goal. Galaxy kind of faking out Mithril by not touching the ball there. Gets the 100 boost. Ivelios misses the ball. Galaxy over to the right side. Mithril gets the block. Slimy going to take this up the wall. Going to boom it down the wall. Efficiency. High ball into midfield. Carlitos gets the boom upfield. 1 minute and 45 on the clock for 5 goals to go in for Nightfall. And it kind of looks inevitable for me at the minute, Merits.
Yep, but never say never in Rocket League, because Mithril could be putting them in their place. But instead of Valios will get it cleared. It's still in the middle now. Double commit there. Slimy will be the one to get the clear in more seconds. Dripping off of the clock. And it's all up to Nightfall to make an impact. But it's going to be very hard to do against an Erebos side where the engines are already running. They're not going to run out of fuel anytime soon. So they're approaching the final minute. They have a 3-goal cushion. And I think it's going to be inevitable, like you said, that they make their way into the war final, where they will face Arena Tribe, because Disorder took it in 5. I'm sure our man in the broadcasting booth, Asterix, the GM of Symbiotes, will be very happy about that. But Senji, the GM of Might of Hades, will be very happy about this result, as Erebos look well on their way to that war final, Dash.
Well, 30 seconds is left on this clock in Game 5, and it is certainly, we think, and probably everyone thinks, that Erebos will take this series and go to the next round. It's been an incredible performance from both teams. Nightfall, credit to them to getting it to Game 5, but they're unable to make it their own Game 5, as 10 seconds is left on the clock. Ivelios gets that ball over Carlitos as double commit comes out from Nightfall, and that might just be over, and it will be over for Nightfall.
Erebos make it to top 3, but this is where Nightfall's journey ends in the playoff. It was a very good run. They had their fair share of ups and downs, but this is where it ends. They started off their day beating Mirage, and then they beat Yoruba before this, but they nearly pulled off the reverse sweep. It wasn't to be, as Erebos, they come through in the end to make their way into that lower final, taking on Arena Tribe. Be a very tough team to beat, but if anyone could do it, it's really them, Dash.
It is. Well, we say goodbye to Nightfall, a very strong team, unable to get a second win in a row of seasons in Rival, as Erebos take them down in Game 5. But let's talk about team performance. We saw Erebos go exceptionally well in the first 2 games, and then the next 2 games after that, Nightfall kind of just bounced back. But what happened in this game number 5, do you think, Maris?
One word, Galaxy. He
Galaxy.
popped off. He scored every single goal for Erebus. He was up and in the field. He was making an impact. He was getting the clears when it mattered. And he really pulled the team through. And also, shout out to Velios as well. He was the main man popping off in that game 1 and 2 to put them in that position. Yes, they almost let it slip, but they came through in the end. That's something I keep reiterating. Because, they deserve to be where they are now with their chance of making it to the grand final. But whoever will make it to the grand final will be at a slight disadvantage because you need to beat Disorder twice. And I believe they've only been beaten once since they formed that roster dash.
I think you might be correct. So yeah, approval from Asterix. So you are correct, and yeah, they look a team to beat. But the way Erebos played just then, it could happen for Erebos. You know, they look strong, and like I said at the start of this series, they are very good defensively, and certainly they showed that. But also offensively, as Galaxy gets 4 goals in that final game to just put that to bed and just knock out Nightfall with nothing but just pure. Whatever you want to call it, but it was brilliant from both teams. But Erebos just had that slight, just knocking the teeth for Nightfall.
Yep, and that will be all for the B stream this evening. Head on over to twitch.tv/RSC_EU to watch Erebos' journey continue with arguably their biggest challenge yet in Armina Tribe to book that final spot in the grand final. That will kick off in about 5 minutes' time. But from us, it's good night.